MAGA faithful. Your time's up, hypocrites, liars. Pack your bags, straight to hell. No return. Let's annihilate. MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell. Hypocrites crying while your dear leader casts a spell. Racist, misogynist, sedition on the 6. Epstein territory, warmonger, make them twitch.
What about my eggs? What about my gas? Groceries high as hell. You blame Biden, blame Kamala, now Trump's ringing the bell. Tariffs on Liberation Day, I ran war, sky high prices. Your lies exposed, no disguises. Zeus sends you to the vices to hell.
MAGA straight to hell.
People that you annihilate, ring the funeral bell.
MAGA straight to hell.
Ring the funeral bell.
You claim the high road, but walk with the worst. Racism in your veins, misogyny rehearsed. January 6th edition, storming like a mob for the right. Epstein files, birds of the same tribe. Warmonger dreams, bombs dropping on Iran. Gas prices skyrocket, feel the pain in every skin. You scream by Biden's eggs, Kamala's grocery cart. Now under your king, inflation tearing worlds apart. Honest, Zeus here, humble but precise. Flip the script daily, living in denial and vice. Most handsome truth teller, exposing every lie. MAGA mask flipping, watch your empire die.
MAGA to the flames.
Good morning. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Liberation Day tariffs, you called it victory grand. Now shelves empty, costs rising across the land. Complaints you heard at the left, now triple under Trump. Gas through the roof from the war that you dropped. Hypocrites unified in selective memory, ignore the facts. Bow to your leaders, felony from border rants to endless breathing shows. Zeus annihilates, expose, decompose.
Handsome on is humble, the triple threat complete. You MAGA pawns scatter, defeated in defeat. No redemption off your path leads below. Straight to hell's gates for the red fires glow.
Every accusation,
W the
you
chat
leveled at
straight
the other
back.
side, bounces back harder.
Uncle Trey.
Can't run, can't hide. Racism, misogyny, sedition, endless war. Your dear leader delivers worse than before. Who speaks truth, no filter, no fear. Social media is beacon, crystal clear. Pack your hypocrisy, your lies, your disdain. The descent begins eternal flame.
MAGA to the
MAGA to the flames.
Send them straight to hell.
Grab the screen, share the live.
Triple H reigns.
Honest, humble, handsome, forever unchanged.
Unchained. Tell him, sissy.
MAGA straight to hell.
Hey, Cali Lou.
MAGA straight to hell.
To hell.
Hey. Here it goes.
To
Hell. Good morning. I always enjoy listening to that. It just makes my morning. I can literally finish the show right after doing that. It's so easy because that's basically what we're doing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thunderdome. This is Thunderdome 2.0. All right, I really do appreciate it. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're back.
I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back.
Good morning.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage,
Good morning.
tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I
Won't finish last.
Sitting in my living room screaming
How we made it. Let's go.
This is what's supposed to happen when you get your
Woo.
famous.
That algorithm turned me to a Good morning, Rick. I see you, Champ David.
Cause my zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. This is true. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie.
And if they is my ex, that mean they left
Let's
me.
go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Thunderdome. Uh-oh.
I say it with my chest cause I mean it.
Oh, here we go.
Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me
one of my
the master
favorite
with a
parts.
new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
True.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple
No
of
matter.
years. That shit was radical.
Oh, really? Please.
It was horrible.
Give me
I'm
a
like,
break.
Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's
Yeah.
like deja vu.
They never have anything
It's like
nice. They
deja
turn
vu.
around and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's like deja vu.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Once again, we're back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host. I'm your pilot. Obviously, we are on The backup account, yeah, we got taken down yesterday. And I don't know exactly why. I have theories as to why, but we'll be rocking out on this one. I think what it says the 24th, but it's what 72 hours. So, uh, but the timing, so we might be on the backup on Monday. All right, but don't worry, it's still going to be the same Big Zeus as always. It's always Big Zeus. Yes, I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and what we are here to do is make sure we get the truth out there, to make sure that we do everything in our power to stop Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons from trying to take over the world. I mean, really destroying the United States and the world, and we do it every single day that we get a chance. And what we do is we confront the misinformation, we confront the disinformation in a way that ultimately it's been proven. It makes a lot of them crash out. I mean, yesterday you saw I had one up here. His name, you know what his name was, Popcorn. Who said popcorn? And I turned him into burnt popcorn. And then we had Vegas, and she was lost Vegas, not lost. But these are the characters that we end up just totally destroying, because we know that the more we destroy and cook and book them, the better off America would be, right? And so what I'll say is this: if you're a Trump supporter and you can't handle the truth, do us a favor and leave this live right now, because I promise you, I aim to deliver. You could do whatever you want. I say you don't got to report Big Zeus. Even if you decide you want to try to report me, it really doesn't change, because all you're gonna do is give me an opportunity to recharge my batteries, right? All you do is, okay, I was this angry, but then when you report me, then I come back 10 times angrier, all right? And so with that being said, if you're a Trump supporter and you can't handle the truth, why don't you do us all a favor?
If you're not happy here,
Somebody
then
wrote
you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
W. Chris.
if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yeah.
If you're not happy in the U.S.,
Tell 'em,
if you're
Rick.
complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Education.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and that's W. Zeus. Now, in order to keep the momentum going, if you are capable of it, there's ways that you can support the platform. But even if you're not capable of it, you know me, it's never been my forte, so to speak. I don't regularly require anything like that. I just do that right now for TikTok purposes, because obviously, we want to make sure we keep the kingdom going. But the main requirement, there's really one requirement. Wherever you're at in the country, wherever you're at in the world, please, I beg of you, please be honest and tell the truth. That's one of the things that grinds my gears about what's currently going on in the United States. It really has to do with the inability for folks to be honest about what's going on, and not engage in cognitive dissonance and this back and forth politics about things that you and I both know make absolutely no sense. Look at where we're at right now. This is Trump's second term, and we still can't get these so-called Christians. We can't get these so-called Christians to have an open and honest conversation about what the heck is going on in this country, especially with their dear leader, who keeps falling asleep, passing gas. You ever see this guy falling asleep, passing gas every time he gets in front of a camera? And all you Trump supporters do, the ones that were especially crying about Joe Biden, you look at it and you'll say, oh, how are they spinning it now? He works 24/7. This is what they're saying now. Donald Trump works 24/7. This is the hardest working president. And I'm sitting here saying, every president works hard. Even Obama did. And you didn't see these people just literally crashing right in front of the camera, waking up out of a full sleep. You ever seen these people? It's like when you go to church back in the day. Sometimes you go to church and you get the pastors preaching. It could be a good sermon and you sitting there like this. And then you wake up, your mom asks you, your dad asks you, what was he saying? And you go, oh, and you just start making up stuff. That is exactly what it looks like with Donald Trump, except for the stakes are so much higher, right? Right? You see him out there and you're going, this is the person that has access to the nuclear codes. He's literally running around here defrauding Americans, defrauding the world, honestly. And you Trump voters out there, you won't say a thing. That's why when they get up here and they say, well, Zeus, don't you think it's two wings of the same bird? No. Oh, don't you think it's foreign influence? And I'm saying, you know what? Even if it's foreign influence, you as the citizens, we as the citizens of this country, we have a job to do. You should be able to make a decision about good people versus bad people. Am I right? Yeah, he pooped his pants again. Wow. The problem I'm having with MAGA is instead of taking full accountability of the fact that you allowed yourselves to be deceived, wolves in sheep clothing, right? He's a wolf in sheep clothing. Don't get up here and start telling us, oh, he doesn't have a choice. No, you had the choice when you went in that voting booth and you could have said, hey, I'm going to choose XYZ candidate. This why. But instead, you chose to vote for the person you saw literally destroy the United States of America. W, Rick, you did. Look at him. Your Majesty, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom W's in the chat. Thank you, Chris. It's amazing you found me on this camp. You see what I'm saying, Rick? You see what I'm saying, Rick? These people seek me out. They're not looking for Big Zeus. They are literally looking for every single one of you. W, Kabira. They're looking for every single one of you. And you go, why do you come around Big Zeus if you honestly do not like what I say? Seriously, W, Little Hawk. Why? Tiny Tank Top Tim, why? What do you get out of listening? And no, you know what he's going to say? I shouldn't even ask. Oh, I get a good laugh. Seriously? You get a good laugh? I'm laughing at you because I know you can't even afford anything. If you could, Tiny Tank Top Tim, Tom, since you're getting such a great chuckle, why don't you go ahead and support the platform? Look at you see the thing that's scrolling across my screen, Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom? Oh, he's gone. W, Rick. Rick said he doesn't give a darn. If the first account if you can't behave in the first account, then you're really not going to get treated very good on this account. So let that be a lesson. The only way MAGA can survive on this account is you got to pay up, right? Should we start charging MAGA, ladies and gentlemen, for all the knowledge and information we're giving them on social media? Should we just start charging? Because they give it up to Donald Trump, right? They give it up to Donald Trump and he lies to them. At least we're telling them the truth and trying to help them, right? Yeah. So, all right, thank you. And you know, so what do I want to start out with today? You know, and I'm trying to moderate myself because believe it or not, I'm doing something on this app that's honestly getting me into a lot of trouble. I don't know what it is. So as you all bear with me, just know I'm trying to figure this out while I'm working with TikTok. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about right now, ladies and gentlemen, is Chud the Builder. He had a court date yesterday. How many of you think Chud the Builder is innocent? How many of you believe Chud the Builder is innocent? This is the white guy who was running around calling black people the N-word, accusing them of chimping out. I try to always see the silver lining in every situation. And that's just my personality. I know a lot of you probably think Zeus is just way too nice, but I've been in the dungeon of dungeons. I've had to train myself mentally because honestly, when I go dark, I go really, really dark and I go real fast and a lot of bad things can happen. So I've trained myself to always see the silver lining, but it doesn't mean I don't see the dark side of what's happening, right? So Chud the Builder runs around calling people the N-word and accuses them of chimping out, and then he keeps that sidearm on them. And he's a big guy, so he does this primarily to people he perceives to be weak. And all of this has led to him ultimately getting in front of a courthouse with somebody that was at the courthouse. The guy that I forgot the guy's name, black guy. He was there to deal with child support issues. Chud was there to deal with some other legal issues that he had gotten himself into, but fate had it so that these two ended up crossing paths. And out of all the times Chud the Builder is streaming, and out of all the times he's made some of his, quote, greatest content, for some strange reason, the camera didn't work when this incident took place in which he discharged his firearm, and it ended up They say there were 7 shells found, and one of the victim was hit in the torso and I believe somewhere else, and he had to be airlifted, black guy. And Chud was trying to pretend like he was the victim in all of this, right? So people are debating and they're trying to spin this and say, well, why should Chud be given more time than all of these other black people who've done less or done worse things, right? And I said, you guys you're missing the entire point. You're missing the entire point. When you go inside of a courtroom, that he say, she say stuff, if that's all the evidence there is, then you know what? That's a good case then. You know what I'm saying? But what Chud failed to acknowledge was he did it right outside of the courthouse, and they got it all on camera. And that law enforcement went and looked at the footage, and then they came up with WVIP. Law enforcement went and looked at the footage, and then they, from the footage, determined which charges to actually move forward with. So when you got cameras, that's called evidence. When you got video footage, that's called evidence. You don't need anybody to say anything. All they're going to do is hit play in front of the jury. Look at him. Did he take a bladed stance? Yes. Did he pull out his thing? Yes. Okay. Well, what are we talking about? And then you're going to have the witness testimony. You're going to have the medical reports and stuff like that. This thing right here, ladies and gentlemen, it's true irony. And I can't help but imagine Chud was warned, because I do believe, even if you're not a religious person, I do believe there's such thing as the universal laws and the universal God, the creator, so to speak. He ignored all his warning signs. Good morning, Ange. Montreal Ed. He ignored all his warning signs and chose to allow the devil to use him as a vessel of transgression. So he's gone to court. He isn't out yet. He isn't out yet. Many of you know, if you're not out already by how many days? What is it, like 5 or 10 days? If you're not automatically out after 5 to 10 days, if you're not out already, then you know what? And they said his bond was reset from 1.25 million to 1 million. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, so it's hell, and then it's okay, a little less hell. Okay, whatever floats your boat. So he had his second hearing yesterday, and what we're going to do is we're going to watch what happens when you allow the MAGA demon to play you. This is when I was raised. My mom always used to say when I got in trouble, you see how the devil left you? That's what she used to say to me right before I got into trouble. You see how the devil played you? Ladies and gentlemen, and this is a lesson for MAGA. Look at how the devil played Chud the Builder. Now, at his hearing yesterday, Jake Lang showed up. And you just can't ask for anything else.
All right, for the record, Mr. Eathley is now in the courtroom with
Your
justice. All right, take him into custody. Take him into custody.
You gotta be, you gotta be, if you're Chud the Builder, going, what the hell is Jake Lang here for? That's not a good sign. I hope he is looking at this and saying, God, please deliver me from bondage. But I know Chud the Builder isn't looking at it that way. He's looking at it like, I must be doing real good. I got this criminal here with me too.
I told you, sir, you did not have a speaking role today. You decided that you wanted one for whatever reason. I don't know why, but...
What's up with you guys loving to go in prison? What's up with these white guys that just love to be put in handcuffs and placed into one of these meat packing facilities? Like, seriously, if you got, it goes back to the grinder stuff. Like, why don't you live your truth? If you like being around a bunch of men and you're sexually attracted to them, then I believe America would be a lot better place if you just simply embraced it, lean into it. I'll support you on your journey. You know what I'm saying? Dame, this is what I was saying when I said I support folks who are in the LGBTQ plus community. It doesn't mean I'm actively participating in it or anything like that. It just means I believe we would be a lot better off as a society if you would just simply come clean. Hey, I like you. Can I hook up? Get consent. Get consent. But when you do it this way, okay, I'm not going to come out and admit I like you. So what I'm going to do is get myself into a lot of trouble legally so that I'm forced to be in prison. I mean, this is what it's turned into.
However, anybody on that side of the bar does not have a speaking role in any of these proceedings today.
Just be
There's
yourself.
not going to be any hoopla or shenanigans from the gallery. You're going to be removed, and I'll talk about that in a second.
Feasible to have a gag order on the defendant should he make bond, and I guess even while he's in the jail and has his, I don't know, iPad or whatever, but he cannot live stream, post, or anything.
No live streaming for Chud. This is what the judge is saying. No live streaming, no post, none of that stuff. If you do get out on bond, just literally reading him to filth.
That indirectly or directly encompasses these offenses.
That's a $1 million bond with the following conditions: no weapons, GPS monitor. There will be a gag order for Mr. Etherly regarding social media and live streaming about the facts of the parties involved in this case.
There he is. There he is. That's Chud, the builder, the white guy that was running around calling black people racist. Maybe I'll save the Lake of Fire for the end of the show because I'm starting to think, this is just my theory. I could be wrong. We'll see how it works. I'm thinking the Lake of Fire must be the reason TikTok is really giving it to me. All right, so I'll try to reserve it towards the end of the show, but just go ahead and put Chud the builder in the queue mentally, ladies and gentlemen. How do you all feel about Chud the builder literally getting treated like the N-word that he's been running around calling black people? How do you all feel about it? This is like I said, divine intervention. Yeah, just put the fire emojis. We'll do it that way. This is why I allow folks sometimes to just dig a ditch. Oh, who you digging the ditch for, Chud? I'm trying to put a bunch of N's in there. You know what I'm saying. Gotta keep it clean on TikTok. And then he gets this nice sized ditch. And then one day he's digging, and then guess who walks past him? Big Zeus. And what does Big Zeus do? Oop, what happened? Chud, you just fell into the ditch, bro. Guess you were digging that ditch for yourself, huh? Yeah. Let that be a lesson to all you Trump supporters. And that's a huge W, Zeus. Right, Ange? I love letting people basically set themselves up for what they think is success, knowing it's ultimately going to be their downfall. I used to get in the way, but there's a saying, right? When you see your enemy making a mistake, don't get in the way. There's a saying. You know that, right? When you see your enemy making a mistake, don't get in the way. Don't get in the way, please. Let them. Because I got into so much trouble growing up acting as if I knew what was going on. The next thing we wanted to talk about this morning, ladies and gentlemen, this has to do with I haven't played Lawrence O'Donnell in a long time, but let's just talk about the absolute corruption that's going on in Washington, D.C. via Donald J. Trump and this so-called slush fund, my good friend, and she calls it a thug fund. I said, MAGA, can we actually have a serious conversation about this thug fund that Donald Trump has created? Because this is what's making, and again, we have to let Donald Trump do everything he can to destroy MAGA. As painful as this is, especially to my fellow Democrats out there, and we're upset about it, rightfully so. What he is doing is helping us in a weird way destroy MAGA the way they need to be totally destroyed. So let's listen to this. Gifting suspended. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You see what I'm saying? Okay, well then, since it doesn't matter, I'm still going to create the content. I don't give a darn. At least it's not the other type of flag. Oh, and shout out to the mods. I'm assuming the mods are real. Oh my God. Okay. I must be one of the most hated creators on this app. I really do believe it. And it's because I know how to twist the screws, so to speak. W Zeus. They're here. They come in on their backups and they got at least 16 backup accounts. But you know what? It is what it is.
Agrees on something. It is officially a slush fund. That is the agreed upon Washington term for Donald Trump's fund for paying people who committed crimes for Donald Trump. Democrats started calling it a slush fund right away, but now Republicans are calling it a slush fund Former Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell called it a slush fund today. Mitch McConnell, who is the senior senator from Kentucky, can now be counted as a no vote on Donald Trump's slush fund when it comes to a vote in the United States Senate. Sometimes it's difficult to find the right word, the right phrase, the right label for the latest Trumpian madness, the latest Trumpian crime against sanity. But now Republicans and Democrats agree it's a slush fund. We will soon have polling on Donald Trump's slush fund. But as of now, every new poll that comes out already shows Donald Trump at new lows in that poll.
Thank you, everyone.
Imagine how much lower Donald Trump is going to go.
And I just want to say thank you, everyone, right? Because it's shows like this, it's people like you. I don't know exactly where all of you are at, but I know we have a big international audience. You are all helping to bring his poll numbers
in the
to
next
where they
round
belong.
Of polls that begin next week or later, when the slush
no problem,
fund
Tara. Thank you, Tara.
finally gets factored into the polls. Senator Mitch McConnell's official statement today was simple. So the nation's top law enforcement official is asking for a slush fund to pay people who assault cops. Utterly stupid, morally wrong. Take your pick. The answer is, of course, both.
Wow.
You don't have to pick. The answer is utterly stupid and morally wrong. That's Donald Trump. Republican Senator Tom Tillis is now the best Republican phrase maker opposing Donald Trump's slush fund, calling it a, quote, payout pot for punks and stupid on stilts and tyranny.
Wow.
This professional 32 TW SSD, capable of holding the entire collection of the New York Public Library, is something you won't...
What the heck is this? So you see what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Massive corruption going on in the Trump administration.
I think it's stupid on stilts.
Why?
Because it will invariably put us in a position where your taxpayer dollars and my taxpayer dollars could potentially compensate someone who assaulted a police officer, admitted their guilt, got convicted, got pardoned, and now we're going to pay them for that?
Our Trump voters, think about this. You're getting screwed at the pump. You're getting screwed at the grocery store. You're getting screwed with your mortgages. You know, mortgage rates are going back up. You're just getting screwed. You can't catch a break, right? But the thugs who went and tried to burn down the Capitol and put, all kinds of disgusting, vile excrements on the wall, tried to unalive the vice president, they're getting bonuses, they're getting bailed out and stuff like that. I mean, it's almost like Donald Trump hates you.
That's absurd. The American people are going to reject this out of hand. When you take money from me to give to a purpose that I vehemently disagree with, that's tyranny.
Wow.
Other Republican senators willing to speak publicly against Donald Trump's fund already include Senator Bill Cassidy, who recently lost his reelection primary to a Trump-endorsed opponent, and Senator Lisa Murkowski. The Democrats would only need 4 Republicans to join them to defeat the Trump slush fund in the United States Senate, and it appears tonight as if they clearly have those 4 votes already, and possibly many more Republican votes in the Senate against the Trump slush fund. And the Republican votes matter because it's the Republican votes that will kill the slush fund. Wow. The Democrats don't have enough votes to kill the slush fund. But with the Republicans, they can do it. And today, at the closed-door luncheon of Republican senators, almost half of them reportedly opposed the slush fund. Punchbowl News reports, quote, more than 20 senators spoke out against the administration's fund. It's rare for more than a handful of Republicans to speak up at those gatherings. When I worked in the Senate on the Democratic side and was one of the very few staffers allowed into the Senate Democratic luncheons, I'm not sure there was a single day where there were 20 senators speaking on an issue, even the most important issues of the day. One news account quoted anonymous sources from inside the room calling it a, quote, well, not exactly quote, calling it a crap show. And I cleaned that one up.
And Lawrence had to clean that one up. It's amazing. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, that Donald Trump is trying to give thugs that are affiliated with the Triple K reparations. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing? He's literally trying to give thugs affiliated with the Triple K reparations. Oh, what about the SPLC? And they were paying people in the Triple K. That turned into an indictment. And then you know what I got to do? I got to speak on it. Blaga. Think about that, Blaga. I might have to do a lake of fire right now because of Blaga. Because the more I think about it, the more angrier I get. You get on social media and you actually come up with all of these reasons for why black people don't deserve reparations. Have you honestly ever seen Blaga, ladies and gentlemen, make up excuses for why black people don't deserve reparations? Have you all heard their excuses? And they usually they went straight to massa, because I call them the overseers. That's plantation rhetoric that I'm saying, but I got to speak that way because I understand that's how their minds are programmed. These people have you don't say slave mindset, you say an enslaved mindset. You got to give them a little bit of dignity, right? They have an enslaved mindset. And so think about it. You're an enslaved person mentally, maybe even physically, now that I think about it. And you're running around here saying, I don't deserve any kind of reparations for any of the mistreatment that I have endured and continue to endure, or my ancestors has continued to endure by the oppressor. But my oppressor, they deserve everything because they've been totally mistreated. Well, who mistreated them? I don't know, but they deserve reparations. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're dealing with here in the United States. We got a lot of sick people, a lot of confused individuals, a lot of people who I say are possessed by the MAGA demon. And because of that, I have to purge it out of their souls. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't going to do the lake of fire, but I'm going to do it now. Join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Somebody has to do it. They can get mad at me all they want.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's just a huge W, Zeus. Let's talk more about some corruption. Sheldon Whitehouse posted this video yesterday, and this has to do with the Trump crime family being able to basically take as much money as they want. Oh, look at that. Appeal got approved. Can you believe it? Wow. What am I, like, 1 for 20? Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. W to all of you in the chat. We're still going to go through, like TikTok. I'm still going to create the content because if I could just, get across to one person, it's totally worth it, right? W, Marissa. If we could just get one more person to wake up, it's totally worth it, all right? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen to Senator Sheldon Whitehouse explain to us all the corruption that the Trump crime family is currently engaged in.
All right, this is going to get just a little bit weedsy, but this is the settlement agreement with Trump that created the cop beaters slush fund, the so-called anti-weaponization fund. And even though Trump is every party to this, they at least went through the effort of having it signed by Trump's Florida lawyers. And Trump's Associate Attorney General, who oversees civil matters, and Trump's Internal Revenue Service chief. So they're basically all the same party because they all work for Trump, but at least they went through that effort. And one of the weird things about this is that it says that an accompanying order of the Attorney General issued within 30 days of the effective date shall establish funding and any other relevant requirements, rules, conditions, terms, and waivers which shall be treated as incorporated herein. So, first of all, it's weird to have a document that lets a document that none of the signatories controls change the document that they all agreed to. So, but that's just a little bit odd. Where it gets very, very peculiar is with this document. this document is the following day. This was already concluded. And in this document, Attorney General Blanche gives the Trump family and business empire its tax amnesty. Wow. And he claims to do it based on the settlement agreement that we just went through, which gives the Attorney General the authority to do relevant requirements, rules, conditions, terms, and waivers for the anti-weaponization fund. But what the hell did the Trump family's tax liability from years, even decades ago, have to do with weaponization?
Bingo.
The whole thing makes no sense. And by the way, there's only one signature on it. It's not like there was any consideration, any deal, any parties involved. This is just a unilateral service by the acting Attorney General to give the Trump family and business interests a complete pass on its tax liability. Amnesty. Unbelievable.
But you know what's so fascinating? It's the fact that first of all, remember weren't they all talking about the Biden crime family? Remember this? Remember all of this? They thought Hunter Biden and Burisma, Joe Biden, corruption. You all were so outraged just at the thought of Hunter Biden and his father somehow being tied into corruption. But what we have right now is Donald Trump trying to legally get away with committing as much corruption as he can possibly commit, firing anybody that can look into any of this stuff. And all of you know that it's bad. He's ripping you off. He's ripping the country off every single day. Like I say, I do not believe Donald Trump wakes up every day thinking about how to help Americans. I think he wakes up like a true scammer. Yeah, he wakes up literally looking for the next opportunity to grift. And Todd Blanche, acting Attorney General, how can an acting, not even someone that's been actually sworn in, someone that's just interim acting, how can an acting Attorney General get away with so much corruption? It has to be evil. It has to be wickedness. And so because of that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and warm up the lake of fire once again. I try to be a reasonable person, but we cannot be reasonable in the face of so much blatant corruption. Americans continue to get screwed while Donald Trump and his family continue to enrich themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these criminals straight to hell. Somebody has to do it.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. Okay, let's see. We're going to talk about Representative Jason Crow. Republicans canceled a vote to end Trump's Iran war. They were about to lose, so they refused to let us vote. Americans deserve to know where their leaders stand. They can't hide forever. So let's get this on the record. And we'll talk about why Donald Trump wants to keep this war going in very short order. But we're going to get this on the record.
I just came off the House floor and wanted to update you on what transpired just a few minutes ago. We were set to vote on a war powers resolution. This is a constitutional duty so that Americans would know who would vote yes and who would vote no to continue this reckless war in Iran. The Republicans discovered that they were missing members and that they were about to lose the vote. So instead of still taking the vote, as Americans deserve, they literally just canceled it.
Wow.
They canceled it, they pulled the vote off the floor and kicked the can until after the Memorial Day recess. I mean, the audacity of this, the egregiousness of this, depriving Americans of their voice and their vote because they knew they were going to lose a vote and they're trying to cover for Donald Trump is truly beyond the pale. I am hot. I am so hot that they have once again turned their back on their duties.
Wow.
I just came off.
Wow. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? Absolute corruption at its finest. But you know, who better, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, to explain to us all why Donald Trump is doing what he's doing.
President Trump.
Don't worry about her color, ladies and gentlemen, but listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Alex Jones's conversation. They're basically trying to explain what Donald Trump is really trying to do in terms of the Iran war. Once you hear this, you can't unhear it.
That's why elections had been canceled. And to him, and he said, wait a minute. You mean if there's a war going on, you can't have elections? And he said it jokingly, but at the same time, knowing President Trump, I looked at that and I thought, I don't know if he's saying it joking, but I don't know if he's joking.
In fact, this is live, but we're going to cut this out and put it on X and Rumble and everywhere else. I remember that clip, and that's what people do. That's what psychos do, but others, their humor is them actually flaunting it and telling you, like, wanting to have, marry his daughter or have sex with his daughter, and now he's coming for Epstein. I mean, I think it's right there. Absolutely. He's like, I remember the clip. He goes, wait. I just got a big idea. I can get into war. Well, he just said yesterday, he said, I may be here in 2028. I may just stay. I may be the Israeli prime minister. What about that?
Well, that's so that type of behavior is someone planning an idea over and over and over again. He constantly says it so that he can normalize the idea and test the support and test people's reactions. But saying it over and over and over again normalizes the idea. And I think it's incredibly dangerous, and no one should ever accept it. Absolutely not. There cannot be a third term. No, that's against our laws. That's against the Constitution. There is no third term. Yeah, and if this country is at war, no, our elections should not be canceled.
Wow. So it's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, how the truth comes from some of the strangest places, doesn't it? Yeah. Isn't it amazing how the truth comes from some of the strangest places now? Now it's all clear and out in the open. This is why I say, and this is probably the other thing that got me in trouble when I started talking about the election. But let's just be honest. Do we think Donald Trump is going to peacefully engage in the peaceful transfer of power? Let's just ask the audience. How many of you think Donald Trump will engage in the peaceful transfer of power? Let me ask all of you. No. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, it is once again with great pleasure that I warm it up. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these people. Zeus, you went to a no kings protest, but we don't have a king. Joke's on you. You actually voted for a person that's trying to be a king. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Thank you. This is Phil.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Now, can we talk about Jeffrey Epstein, ladies and gentlemen, real quickly? Because this came across my timeline, Patriot Takes. Todd Blanche, the acting attorney general, the same person that's trying to create a slush fund for the white supremacists, the ones who attacked the Capitol on January 6th. The same guy that moved Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator, to a minimum security prison and is justifying it. He went on to Stephen Miller's wife's show. And it's so bizarre because the truth seems to come from some of the strangest places. It really does. And Katie actually questioned Todd Blanche about the Epstein situation.
Do you think the investigators covered it up? Given how many victims? Surely. I mean, there should be more prosecutions and more charges than there are.
Well, look, the Epstein files are available for everybody to see. So it's not, so do I think there was a cover up? No, I don't, but it's not just up to me. Everybody that's watching this, everybody that the Epstein Transparency Act has now allowed us to release the entire Epstein files.
There's still 3 million held back though. Not all of them are public.
And that's probably the most bizarre thing that I've heard her say. Because she's definitely an insider with the Trump administration. But let me play that again for the MAGA audience out there, the ones that are in silence right now, stunned. How many files are still out there that haven't been released, ladies and gentlemen? How many How many files are there supposedly that are still out there that haven't been released? Let's just go ahead and get that out there, because there's a lie circulating right now all over the social media that all the files have been released. Thank you. Over 3 million. Now, with that being said, listen to how Todd Blanche tries to spin it.
Has now allowed us to release the entire Epstein files.
There's still 3 million held back, though. Not all of them are public.
No, they're all public. No, so look, that's not true. So there's a narrative that there's 3 million pages that are being held back. They have nothing to do with Epstein. So they've said.
Do you think the investigators?
Jerry said they had nothing to do with Epstein. What?
No, so look, that's not true. So there's a narrative that there's 3 million pages that are being held back. They have nothing to do with Epstein.
They have nothing to do with Epstein. Then why the heck are they being held back, bro? Then why hold them? So he's acknowledging that there's 3 million out there, but okay, they're tied to the Epstein Transparency Act. So how do they not have anything to do with Epstein? Oh, I get it. These have a lot to do with the people who are in Trump's cabinet, including Donald Trump, including Donald Trump himself. So let's go ahead and talk, ladies and gentlemen, Epstein real quick. How many of you saw the interview yesterday between Candace Owens and Hunter Biden? How many of you saw this? There was a couple of parts in there where the Epstein files did come up, and I think this is relevant. And
this is the perfect pair for your iPhone.
Hold on, and
it replaces
and to be frank with you, the fact that Hunter Biden and Candace Owens were able to have this conversation, it was definitely interesting, especially those of you who dealt with addiction. You know, this is a very important conversation around that topic, because I didn't know a lot of things about Hunter Biden that I learned through this conversation. And actually, I must say, the way that Candace Owens moderated herself, it was very interesting. But I've always been curious about what the heck has been going on in the world of Hunter Biden. Now, this thing is almost 2 hours long. There's no way I'm going to play it, but I would say if you got time, check it out. But Epstein did come up.
It doesn't look like a good guy to me.
Right. Because you weren't a good guy in the pictures.
No.
Yeah.
Smoking crack in a motel room with a prostitute.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they come out and like they're saying, oh, like this, like I admit it all. Not only admit it all, I own it all. I will own everything, the worst of it, all of it.
And then being like, I mean, now in retrospect, and things have changed. I mean, times have changed. Like I said, I was one of the chief people that was really angry about it. And it did, that was the exact reason why when I re-examine it, it was the gaslighting. It's the same reason why I'm angry with Trump over the Epstein thing. It's like, I can't come back from media gaslighting. The Trump thing is worse because it came from his own mouth, the gaslighting. So it wasn't like people trying to cover it up. It was like Trump being like, what Epstein files? Are we still talking about the Epstein files? And so, but then things kind of changed, I think, with time also, because I was very, definitely say I was close with Don Jr., traveled a lot with him through the Hunter Biden laptop scandal. We talked about it, this corruption, can't believe they denied it, all these photos coming out. And then we get whatever this, Trump family is now. And it's like, man, I think it was a historian that wrote on X exactly how I feel, which is, I wish I could go back to the days where I thought like Hunter Biden's art was the most corrupt deal that was done in politics. And now we're going, okay, we stood behind Trump, we fought, we shared the photos of Hunter Biden to the extent that we could, and now we have their family engaged in so many corrupt deals, the meme coins, the taking advantage of people, and you go, okay, well, what we actually have is DC is corrupt, politics is corrupt, and I think it is kind of a unifying point, not to excuse, the gaslighting of people for 2 weeks, which made people super angry, but I do think it's just a different time where people are kind of going back and examining, and I feel actually terrible realizing that you were finally clean, and then it's just this humiliation ritual over and over and over again of people putting everything out there and not realizing also your kids are facing this consequence as well, which people do not think about a lot of times when they publish stories. Like I even was reticent and didn't cover the Kristi Noem thing because the first thing that came to my mind
Do they have kids?
Was their kids. Like I'm like, these are kids that are about to go to college. Like, and so, and why are they doing this? Because she's in politics, right? And so this becomes, they don't think about the children. And yeah, I mean, I think now that I have kids too, I think there's just like, wow, they don't sign up for what I do for podcasting. Kids don't sign up for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, number one, though, kids are way more resilient than you think. They're so much tougher.
Now we're going to go to the other part where they talk about the Epstein files again. Don't worry. Just, but, this is when I say, oh, okay, we're getting somewhere.
Good versus evil.
Yeah.
I
can't even begin to comprehend it. And again, that element of gaslighting that's happening here, where they're pretending that the people who are noticing that none of this is making sense are the crazy ones, and everyone else who's like, no, turn the chapter a week later, it's all solved. And this is how it went down, and none of it makes sense, but just accept this slop. It is the most infuriating thing, and it's just fully removed the scales of my eyes, and I've stopped with this left versus right, Democrat versus Republican. I'm like, this is sheer evil versus good.
By the way,
this is like sheer evil.
But by the way, for real, exactly. Exactly. It is good versus evil.
Yeah.
They have torn the mask off of this. I said to you before, is that I pray to God that by the end of this, that you think of me as a friend, because if anything ever happened to me, I want you and Melissa team up. Like, oh my God.
Of it's not happening with Charlie Kirk.
And the criticism of you for asking the questions for someone who was like a brother to you, it's like, what the F are you talking about?
Yeah. That's
like,
the
what are you talking about?
It's like,
and by
how
the way,
dare you care?
Coming from someone who you've attacked and you've politically, you've had all of your criticism, which I have no problem with, and we disagree on so many things. But I listen to you and I go, right on. Like Epstein, like you want to figure out why they don't want to let the release all the Epstein files? All you got to do is literally look at a picture of Trump standing on his stage at his inauguration. And
you hear that? You hear that, DJ? Hunter. This is why I said he said it, and it's so true.
And politically, you've had all of your criticism, which I have no problem with, and we disagree on so many things. But I listen to you and I go, right on. Like Epstein, like you want to figure out why they don't want to let the release all the Epstein files? Mm-hmm. All you got to do is literally look at a picture of Trump standing on his stage at his inauguration and look behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like every single person.
He's protecting his donors without question.
I mean, it's crazy. Like Paolo Zampoli and this and that and the other thing and all of these things. It's like, okay. And by the way,
Oh yeah. How does that feel? How does that feel, MAGA, to know that everybody knows it?
Point is it's like, when are people going to kind of wake up to the fact, and it's not left or right. This is a really, really horrible group of people that are pulling strings that impact us all, and they make us think that because you and I disagree on the graduated tax rate or some social issue, is that we are sworn enemies.
So you can go check out the interview. But I got to say this. The fact that Hunter Biden is fully alert and aware, and Candace Owens, they agree on one thing. And this is all I need in order to do what I do and get busy, so to speak. They agree that Donald Trump is actively covering up for all of his friends who are in the Epstein files, including himself. I don't know what else to say to make sure you folks get it through your thick skulls, because that's a rare situation when people on two different sides of the spectrum come to the table and agree that Donald J. Trump and his legion of his cabinet members, go look at the names. You can go look at every single one of the names. You're going, oh, I get it. Oh, you're in the Epstein files. Oh, I get it. Okay, you're in the Epstein files. It's obvious. And y'all still get out here and say, prove to me, Zeus, that he's in the files. I can't. Something's wrong up here. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire. W's in the chat for Kabira. Join me in sending these evil, wicked people who worship Donald Trump. Join me in sending them straight to hell. I just can't do it. Thank you. I just can't do it with him.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. Any questions? I did see some folks out there who were struggling to process this. And this is what I am going to say. This is going to be a very, very difficult midterms. And you will be surprised who some of your bedfellows are. But right is right, wrong is wrong. Under no certain conditions can we allow Donald Trump to continue to go run the country without any checks and balances, all right? And if that means Candace Owens, you need to take the spirit of Zeus in a way and use it to continue to bring down the person you helped elect. And that might cost you. It might cost you. It might cost you your platform. I think that would be the most patriotic thing any of you who voted for Donald Trump could do at this point in order to at least get into some of our good graces. You got to be willing to throw every single thing you've obtained, every single thing you've acquired as a result of work. Ashley St. Clair, you too. You got to be willing to risk everything in order to save the United States of America and at least have a chance for to atone for your sins. Am I right, W. Zeus? Because what profited a man or a woman to gain the whole world and lose their entire soul in the process? You've done so much harm to this country by allowing Donald Trump to get away with all of this corruption. We are not a safer country. We are a more dangerous country. Every time you turn on the TV, every time you look on the news, every time you look at this man's timeline, he's oozing evil. He's oozing wickedness. He's oozing corruption. Name one good thing Donald Trump has done, MAGA. I'll wait. And you all go around and you literally parrot his spirit. Name one good thing that he has done. VIP, can anyone name one good thing? And every single time, I've been doing this for 6 years. It's always, we get you in the box and we talk to you. You want to try to put people down. You want to try to be a misogynist. You want to be a racist. You want to plant wicked seeds. You want to spew evil and hateful rhetoric. But you never want to take accountability for the state of affairs here in the United States of America. Oh, what women, I go into my friend Angie's live. And these women haven't lost their right to vote or lost any of their rights. What are you guys talking about? And I'm sitting here saying to myself, the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was to convince people the devil doesn't exist. That's one of the greatest tricks ever. You get Blagger running around here. Nothing grinds my gears, honestly, because we come from the culture. Am I right? Straight facts, Takesha, Rika. We see you. We see you in real life, in real time, struggling to make ends meet. And a lot of you think, oh, well, because I got a good paying job now. Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm free. You're not free. You're not free. How are you working on the plantation? And just because you got a job on the plantation, you convince yourself that you're free. No, you are not. W, Zeus. Alter ego, are you talking to me? Am I serious or just an act? What are you talking about? I'm very serious. You think folks like me get online every day to say what needs to be said because we're just up here playing games with people? No. When you go outside, the one thing all of you can do right now is to exercise every single person in the United States can do. You can literally go outside and just go look at a gas station and look at the price of the gas. And you could instantly say, it was never this high under Joe Biden. It wasn't like this when Biden handed over the country and engaged in a peaceful transfer of power. If you really want to go far, go back before Donald Trump got into politics. Didn't we all get along a lot better? Didn't we all get along a lot better before Donald Trump got into politics? Let's just be honest. Great skate. Didn't we all get along a lot better? Yeah. W to the chat. Right, Tara? Way better. I was raised, honestly, to treat people with respect. And you respect your elders, right? You know, you plant good seeds. I mean, if somebody did something bad, it was a neighborhood kind of thing. And I get it, you can't go back in time, but in general, you were told that you got to do the right thing. Now, look at where we're at right now. If you're a Trump supporter, I don't know what it is, but I get uncomfortable. I get the heebie-jeebies. Am I right, Shay? If you're a Trump supporter, I get the heebie-jeebies. I get a little nauseous. I feel anger coming over me, and I'm going, what the heck is going on? They don't even have to say anything anymore. I could just somehow look at the way they're talking, and I'm going, here we go again. Here we go again. People who are clearly possessed with wickedness and evil, they refuse to tell us the truth about who Donald Trump really is. I'll give you an example, and I'll give you an example. How many of you watched this yesterday? W Montreal and how many of you watched this man yesterday give a press conference?
To send people that read.
And the only thing that I gotta show this, because this is why I say somebody got to go to hell. I'm just gonna randomly pick a place in this conversation. First things first, who is this man? Who is this pot belly in the background? Who is this pot belly, right? You see this guy with the pot belly? Did you see this? Did you see this yesterday, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sitting here saying to myself, what on earth is, Saturday Night Live, honestly, you guys are doing a terrible job. This man, Donald Trump, is literally giving you a gold mine of content. You should have just had him in, one of them t-shirts that don't cover the belly, a tank top that doesn't cover the belly, but you should have just had it out. You should have had him in some Daisy Dukes. Let's just go to the moon with this nonsense, because we are literally the laughing stock of the country. You got this pot belly in the background, literally stealing the show. And I believe Donald Trump saw it, and he's like, well, I can't let the pot belly outshine me, so I got to ratchet up the craziness too. And this is what this entire press conference was.
That the Senate say you really should have won this case. We should have won that case on tariffs. That case cost our country $149 million. It goes to people that hate our country.
Trump knows that belly is like right there on his shoulder. He knows. and for him to even continue with the press, I would have said, you know what, I'm not doing a press conference with no grown man and his belly on my shoulder like that. You can forget that. I say, hey man, you need to switch places, because this got to look a lot more professional. But Trump.
So now we have another one coming up, birthright citizenship. Mm-hmm. It would be a disgrace. It would be a disgrace if the Supreme Court of the United States allows that to happen. Remember what I said, 20 to 25% of the people coming into our country will come in through birthright citizenship. They'll become citizens through.
You can't even listen to him with that belly in the background. Am I right? No, be honest. How many of you can actually listen to Donald Trump while that belly is sitting there talking to you? No, seriously. What's more? I can't. I'm sitting there looking at
birthright citizenship, and it'll cost us numbers that are, I don't even think they're doable. And it's all up to a couple of people. And I hope they do what's right. Birthright citizenship is a disgrace. The fact that, look at the people that are bringing the suit. Study the people that are bringing the suit. These are not people that love our country, I can tell you that.
Mr. President, why has today's executive order on AI been postponed?
Because I didn't like certain aspects of it. I postponed it. I think it gets in the way of, we're leading China, we're leading everybody, and I don't want to do anything that's going to get in the way of that lead. We have a very substantial on AI. It's causing
what is he talking about?
Tremendous good, and it's also bringing in a lot of jobs, tremendous numbers of jobs. Again, we have more people working right now than we've ever had. I really thought that could have been a blocker, and I want to make sure that it's not.
Mr. President, President Xi last week, did you discuss AI safeguards?
Who, what?
In China last week with President Xi, did you discuss AI safeguards?
I discussed it. And he acknowledges how well we're doing. We're doing well. He's doing, which the two of us, the two countries are fighting for it. Other countries are way behind, way behind. They're fighting for it. They want it. Everybody wants it, but they're way behind. But I didn't want to do it. I postponed that meeting. It was a press conference. It was a signing.
He covered his belly button up. You see that?
Because I didn't like what I was seeing.
See that?
Mr. President, a few moments ago, the Commission of Fine Arts approved your design, the design for your arch. Do you think you need congressional approval for it?
I finally get good news from
Do you think you need
What was the
congressional
vote? Do you know what the
approval for it,
vote was? What was the vote?
I'm just seeing the headline here. I don't have the exact vote. But
So we're building what's called the Triumphal Arch right opposite the Arlington.
All right, so you get what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. We are literally the laughing stock of the world. No answers out of Donald Trump. Every single thing. I really do believe it's just clickbait, rage bait, and another opportunity for him to figure out a new way to trick people into voting for him and getting the Griff W. Rick. So what we'll do is this, and then we'll open up the box. Oh, who turned it on? Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I do this. Join me in sending Demonic Donnie. Demonic Donnie, that's what he is. We're going to call him Demonic Donnie. And the guy with the pot belly, you know, where they truly, truly belong. Because yesterday's press conference was a total disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending them straight to hell. Thank you.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, that's a huge W, Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and start having conversations. Those of you who are brave enough to get into the box, W Dolphin. Send a guest request.
Hello. What's up, Zeus? How you doing?
W Little Hawk. Hey, Little Hawk. Speak of the devil.
How you doing, brother?
Thank you, Little Hawk. Hold on.
Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for cheering for Snuggles. Thank you.
It's interesting that you've decided to resurface for air. I didn't know you could hold your breath for so long.
Well, there's really nothing to debate. There's really nothing to debate. You guys are losing in the polls. You guys are losing everywhere.
Would you happen to have that poll?
I think you've got. I think the belly button poll for Democrats, looking at a belly button, is 100%. Yeah, that's what you guys care about is belly buttons, but you don't care about the fact that Trump has secured this country nicely, and that's where we're at.
Yeah. Do you have any receipts? Is there anybody out there brave enough?
Have any receipts?
Yeah.
What kind of receipts? I've been showing you receipts. I've been replying to his videos.
Of his poll numbers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been stitching his videos. You can watch my videos. He's been an exact ludicrous. Oh, here is Takesha. I haven't seen Takesha for a while.
Yeah. Takesha?
Yeah.
Takesha, is there anything you can advise or help Snuggles with this morning? Because you see my hands, they're ready.
Now, Zeus, you know I don't like Snuggles.
Takesha.
You know I do not fool with Snuggles, Zeus.
Oh.
You know this.
Oh, please tell us. I didn't know that.
Snuggles
know I don't fool with him. He made a video about me and I ain't saying nothing about Snuggles since.
Oh, okay.
It's because Snuggles is with.
Go ahead. So you saying I should cast judgment on him?
But Zeus, let me say this. For anybody that support Trump, they should feel like they really didn't go through school. Because the way he described birthright citizenship yesterday, it lets you know he fighting against something he don't even know what it is.
Thank you.
That man said you could just walk across here and get birthright citizenship. He doesn't know what it is. He does not know what birthright citizenship is. He fighting for something he don't even understand.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
But you're not really reading between the lines.
There is no in between the line. There is no taking out of context. You all are embarrassing.
Thank you.
This president is embarrassing. He is stealing from the country. He's taking your knife money. Listen, you bending over with no Vaseline. I'm about to call you NWO.
Hey.
Trump's not going to be here in 2 years and you guys are still on Trump.
It don't matter, Snuggles.
Where's your party? You don't even have a presidential leader. Who's your leader?
Snuggles.
Right.
Snuggles.
Who's your
It don't
leader?
matter if Nelson Mandela was our leader.
Okay.
They ain't in office
You
right
don't
now.
have a plan.
What
That's
can
exactly
they do?
right.
What
That's
can
right.
they do when they ain't in office or in power?
You don't have a plan, Takesha.
You need to be worried about the keeper of health
W,
who keep on ending votes.
You don't have a presidential
You
nominee.
heard about the Democrats
You just
who ain't
admitted
even in power.
You don't even have Democratic presidential
What about
nominees.
Biden? What about the Democrats? Gas high. What about
The
Biden?
TDS is
Groceries
real.
high. What about Biden? We in a
The-
war. What about Biden?
The TDS
What
is
about the
real. You don't
Democrats?
have a
Yeah,
Democratic presidential
y'all
nominee.
have TDS because y'all go along with this man no matter what. That's what TDS
Name
is.
your
It's
presidential
just ain't us.
Name the presidential nominee for
Snuggles,
2020.
can she talk, Snuggles? Can she talk?
I'm just saying she doesn't have a presidential nominee. She can't answer the question.
Snuggles.
You guys don't have a plan.
Snuggles.
Go ahead.
Snuggles.
Go ahead.
Do you
Talk Trump
have a fiance before you meet her?
Go ahead. Talk about Trump again.
Do you have a
You don't have-
fiance before you meet her?
I'm having a discussion here. What are you Democrats going to do about it?
Do you
don't have a plan.
get pregnant before you have sex?
You understand? See, this is what I'm talking about. You guys
get
don't have a
pregnant
plan, and that's why
before
we're
you have
winning.
sex?
You don't have a plan because we're
Do
winning.
you get pregnant before you have sex?
No, I'm not worried about it because you don't have a plan. I'm trying
Okay,
to discuss-
whatever.
I'm trying
we
to have
don't
a-
we don't want to hear about what the Democrats gonna do.
I'm
when
trying to
y'all-
have a normal
when
discussion
y'all
to figure out
Republican
what is your
president
plan?
is destroying America.
I'm trying to help
No,
you.
right
you
now.
have a
I'm
plan,
trying to
though. What's your
Snuggles.
plan?
I'm trying to facilitate the discussion.
Dude,
all right.
what's your plan, though?
Okay. All right. Now, did you
Tell
hear
me a
what
Democratic
Takesha?
plan.
Did you hear what Takesha just said?
No, she didn't say anything
you're
about
running.
a
Because you're
Democratic
running your
presidential
mouth.
nominee.
He's crashing out. Takesha W's in the
Zeus,
chat for
let me-
Takesha.
Zeus.
No,
Snuggles, you gotta calm down, bro.
Snuggles.
Snuggles, take a break. Take a
Zeus.
break, bro. You gotta calm down.
Zeus.
Yes, Takesha. I'm so sorry.
That's just like me. That's just like my neighbor destroying my yard. And he said, well, what's the neighbor down the street gonna do once he moves next to you? Who cares? I'm talking about what's going on right now.
That part.
2 years from now. When that time comes, then we'll worry about that, Snuggles. But right now, I'm suffering. I used to pay $2 for my medication. Yesterday was $25.
That part.
I never got a bill from my doctor. I got one yesterday. So don't talk to me about 2 years from now, because the money I have to spend now won't have nothing to do with 2 years from now. I'm trying to live now.
Thank you. All right, I put him in the water, Takesha.
Well,
and I think
as you guys told us in 2022, get a job. If you can't afford your shit, get a job. That's what you told
Man,
me.
go sell your knives.
That's what you told me. Go get
Iron
a
Chef.
job, Takesha.
Go on,
Can't
Iron
afford your
Chef.
medicine?
Go
Get
away,
off this
Iron
app.
Chef. Go away, Iron. You're getting Zoo nice seller.
Get
Go
off
on,
this
you
app,
door-to-door
Takesha.
nice salesman. Get a life. I told you,
Get
I
a
don't
job.
like you. Don't talk to. I can't work.
afford your medicine,
You
you get a
idiot,
job.
because I'm disabled.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Snuggles, look at that. Takesha basically cooked you, booked you, and laid you down like a carpenter. Takesha, hell yes or no? Which one?
You send him right on.
Hey! Snuggles, you gotta cool off. You've been hanging out with MAGA way too long. Okay, W's in the chat for Takesha.
Silence! You
Woo! And that's a
You
huge-
going on and you Snuggles. Snuggles, you gone on and you visit exactly where you and Trump them going. So you get a first-hand look at it and you can tell them what it looked like.
I just want to say,
Keep telling me something 2 years from now and we struggling right now.
Thank you.
Who can, we might not even be here 2 years from now. Let's talk about right now.
Thank you, Takesha. I mean,
Sick of them.
thank you so much, Takesha, because I got to be more measured. And I figured, you had the ability to put that demon in its place. All right, so I just want.
I'm just saying, so this man around here like the tiptoe burglar keep stealing from us, and they okay with that. But they want to talk about the Biden crime family. They ain't got no proof of that. But Trump around here stealing, and they don't want to talk about that, Zeus. 'Cause it's okay with them.
Yeah.
I'm not standing these folks. TDS is for people that support Trump, because they'll do anything for him and they'll accept anything he tell them.
Them.
That's why he keeps saying stuff over and over and over again. He keep on planting their mind with seeds
Amen.
and he keep on harvesting. I'm not fooling with them no more.
Takesha, I gotta say it, sis. You totally made my morning today. I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Takesha. What a Friday. You come up here and you literally made him cry in front of his mama like that. You know he's sensitive and stuff like that. You just made
I don't care. I don't fool with him. Ever since he put my name in that video, I have said nothing to Snuggles, period.
Yeah, there you know. There you
But
go.
he needed it today.
There you go. I got to give it to you. It was totally worth it. And they love you in the audience. But thank you. You're totally right. Everything Donald Trump is doing right now, we might not have a chance to come around and vote come November. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people won't be here.
Right? Zeus, I don't even trust that if when we win the midterm, that Mike Johnson, I'm gonna even certify the votes. Zeus, I don't trust none of them to do nothing right. If you can shut a vote down because you don't want to upset Donald Trump, I don't trust you to do nothing right by the American people. Because one thing we know that Speaker of the House ain't doing.
What's that?
He ain't working for us. He working for Trump.
Thank you.
And I'm finna go on that note, Zeus.
All right, W's in the chat for Keisha. Thank you. Any more? Let's see. You know what I like? Let's see. Thank you, Takesha. All right. You know what I do like? You know, I don't even like to do all the beating up. Who else wants to get beat up this morning? Any Trump voters want to get beat up? Why don't I get a Trump voter up here and a certified truth teller, Democrat perhaps? And just go ahead. Let's do another head-to-head combat, so to speak, situation. I just like doing the part where I got to send them straight to hell. Who wants to get sent straight to hell next, ladies and gentlemen? Go ahead. Anybody up here agree with Snuggles? Anybody out there agree with Snuggles? Yeah. Isn't it just, don't you just want to see them go sent straight to hell? That's pretty much all. You're ready to, Shay? Okay, yeah. Where's the demons at? Just go ahead, demons, identify yourself. Listen, I won't even do anything. I'll just listen to the conversation, and I'll give you about a good 3 or 4 minutes to make your point, and then we'll move it on. I mean, because a lot of you, I'm gonna be honest with you, when you're unable to answer questions about what's happening now, you've already lost. Right, Rick? Let's just go ahead and put it out there, MAGA. When you can't answer any questions about what's happening today, the lake of fire instantly turns itself on. And it's just a matter of time before you end up getting tossed in there. Who else is next, ladies? They're lost souls? Yeah, I agree with you, Tara. These folks are lost souls. All right. Who else is out there? I know there has to be another Trump supporter. It was sad because at least I was hoping Snuggles would be able to listen and respond to what Takesha was saying. But he still has the same problem. He still has the same problem he's had ever since we started talking to him. Who else we got? Miss Shug, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning.
How are you all doing this morning?
We are doing okay. How about you?
I'm doing well. I don't have an echo, do I?
No, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, yeah. I just want to come up, and I keep hearing MAGA talk about this border secured, and I just want us to start pushing back on the notion that this border is secure, because we don't push back enough and making them provide evidence. There is no evidence to support that claim.
Right.
If you go to DHS website, their website has not been updated since 2024. So there is no evidence to support that border is secure. The border is open. It's still open.
Yeah, they're talking about the number of gotaways and stuff like that. I believe that has gone down. But to your point, it's not secured.
Yeah, I have screenshots. I feel that it's not really necessary. I can bring those up. That's fine.
We agree. We agree, which is why he's underwater in the polling when it comes to immigration. That's why when they try to brag about anything and I say, well, name one good thing he's done, my mind automatically knows. You can see his poll numbers. Every category, he's underwater, right?
Correct. And because that is really the only thing that they can actually point to, let's go ahead on and push back on that. Let's push back on that. Stop letting them get away with that talking point. There is no evidence to support that.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop letting them get away with that.
Okay, fair enough. He says, "Do you see
miles?" That's kind of all I had. That's kind of all I had to.
Okay, all right, fair enough, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Miss Shug. Thank you. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Do we have any other opposition out there? Go ahead and identify yourselves. Don't worry. I won't do anything. I'll let somebody else do it for me. All right. Who else out there that's opposition wants to come up here and defend their dear leader? I'll give you 30 seconds to do it before I bring up the next guest. It's really unfortunate that this is honestly the reality, though. I've been monitoring social media, and I must say, we're noticing a significant decline in people who support Donald Trump, and rightfully so. Rightfully so, because they know they've made a terrible, terrible mistake, right? They've made a terrible mistake with supporting Donald Trump. Let's see, who do we got? Good morning, Dolphin. Welcome to the show. Dolphin.
Hello.
Dolphin.
I'm here. Give me a second. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 sec. Let me get through my house. I'm upstairs right now.
Oh.
How is everybody?
We're doing okay. What about you?
Well, I'm good, but someone really needs to explain to the president exactly what daylight savings time is.
What happened?
Oh, I had to make a video about it because he said he's going to make daylight savings time permanent so we don't have to change our clocks back and forth twice a year. Daylight savings time is when you put your clocks forward and backwards. So if he makes it permanent, we are going to permanently change our clocks twice a year. What is he talking about?
You know, I have no clue what Donald Trump's brain is, Dolphin. But it's mush. You know, a lot of people say his brain is mush. He just literally, I think he makes it up as he goes. But yes, W. Dolphin.
Couple things. Snuggles. As somebody who's Mexican indigenous, go suck a lemon. I was gonna say something else, but I remembered I was on Zeus's live and I was like, Zeus's mama. But I'm
Why a
sick
lemon?
of-
Why a lemon? What does it do to his mouth? I'm just curious. Never mind. Keep going, Dolphin. I'm so sorry. That's just hilarious to me.
It does that.
That's actually hilarious.
Okay. So, because I have an Untrue Social account, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
And an hour ago, that thing that's currently in office wrote this. I gave up a lot of money in allowing the just announced anti-weaponization fund to go forward. I could have settled my case, including the illegal release of my tax returns and the equally illegal break-in of Mar-a-Lago for an absolute fortune. Instead, I am helping others who were so badly abused by an evil, corrupt, and weaponized Biden administration receive at long last justice President Donald J. Trump. I don't want my tax dollars. And yes, even on Social Security, I'm going to say it again. I said it the other day. I pay taxes.
Yep.
I don't want my tax dollars going to people who try to literally overthrow our democracy.
Me neither.
And to these people that are in the comments going, Biden crime family, Biden crime family.
Oh, they said that?
Hunter Biden was only accused of receiving $40 million. The current president walked in as somebody with only $2.5 billion. And he is now have $7.2 billion. I don't want to hear crap about Nancy Pelosi. I don't want to hear crap about Joe Biden. I don't want to hear crap about Hunter Biden. You have a corrupt administration stealing every single freaking dime of our fucking money. Excuse my language. Sorry, mama. And you guys are going, it's okay.
Yeah.
Y'all cared about fraud, waste, and abuse. Y'all claimed like you like children. Oh my God, Zeus, did you ever watch the video I sent you about what happened in Florida?
I did not. I didn't. Wow, I haven't seen it. But go ahead, tell us.
I'm going to explain this. In Florida, a teacher by the name of Karen Whitmer Savage.
Oh, I've heard of this. I've seen the videos. Okay, the teacher that. Go ahead and explain it.
She decided to strange fruit a black baby doll above a TV monitor in her classroom, and she said it was to get their attention. And then when she was confronted by it, she said it was a joke. To all of you MAGA, and I hope somebody from the Supreme Court, Congress, somebody is in this when I say this. To all of you that are saying that racism is no longer a thing in the United States of America, what the fudge was that?
Especially Blaga. Like I said, it's amazing, and honestly, it's almost like a magic trick that you get black folks running around here supporting this nonsense.
Well, there's this gentleman that I follow. His name is Marvin E. Barner Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And he had mentioned that Blaga. He says, how did he say it? If you can get a black person to dunk on other black people, that works for the white man.
Oh.
I
mean, I get it. I get what you're saying. I see what you're trying to put down, and it totally, in a way, it's an unfortunate reality. That yeah, I get it. Unfortunately, and this is why I say, in a lot of these cases now, I go, "Did you vote for Joe Biden?" And they go, "No, I didn't vote for Joe Biden." And I say, "Guess what? Then you ain't black." You know what I'm saying?
So you guys know who Marvin is. He's a great guy. Oh my goodness, if you want to laugh.
Yeah.
And he's a pastor. He studied multiple different books. Now, I'm no longer religious, haven't been, but I do love his laugh and his stories and how he cooks MAGA. It is priceless.
Okay. Well, listen, Dolphin, thank you so much. All
Oh,
right.
and before I drop.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to look up what I sent you?
I haven't. I'm behind on. I get a lot of messages, Dolphin. So that's honestly a good one. It doesn't mean that I'm ignoring you, ladies and gentlemen, but I got a lot of people who message me. But I'll try to check it out. All right.
Well, that's why I don't bother you. I just figured I'd ask.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I don't respond, then this probably means I need to go through it. But I do apologize. I try to get through as many as I can. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your days. I want to re-say this. I'm going to see if I can say it correctly. But yesterday was Vishkova Day in Ukraine.
Okay.
It is a holiday.
Okay.
So happy Vishkovish Day.
Okay. All right.
And let me leave myself down.
All right. Happy Vishkova Day. W's in the chat for Dolphin. No lies detected. You see, ladies and gentlemen, it's amazing. I mean, she's such a beautiful person. Yeah, I do feel bad. I wish I could always get back to as many messages as I could, but it's so hard. I do need a secretary. It doesn't mean I don't love you. Trust me. I love every single one of you. Good morning, Montreal. Ange, how are you doing?
It's a story, but I'll tell you later.
Fair enough.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
I'm not at the house. I'm on the side of the road. Anyway, I just have so much to say. I don't know where to begin.
Okay.
These haggis. Let's start with the haggis, okay? If you're in here, can you please come to my live? You seem to be afraid of me, and I really want to talk to you because I already know that your men suck. We already know this, okay? But you women, there's just something about the women that are not standing up for these women who were once young girls that were being essayed. Where are you?
Yeah.
I'm like you, Zeus. I'm perusing through the lives when I have time. I can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
And I'm listening. They don't sleep, by the way. These people don't sleep. But anyway, I'm perusing and I'm listening, and they are making up every excuse in the world for Donald Trump and his buddies to SA young girls.
You hear that, Vegas? Vegas said that she's
He needs to shut the hell up.
if you unblock her, she'll come in there. But yeah, she's one
No. She blocks me. She sends me nasty messages, and then she blocks me, and then she unblocks me and says these weird things. No, I'm not unblocking you. You're a weirdo. I don't like you. Just stay away from me. I don't want anything to do with you. You are another one that makes up excuses. You tell lies about me and multiple other people. So no, I'm not going to unblock you.
Unfortunately.
And you thought it was funny that I've suffered with migraines for 22 years. You made jokes about it in the comment section. You're disgusting. So, no.
Go.
W. Kabira. I want to wish Kabira all the best. I had a nice conversation with her yesterday. Let's wish Kabira all the best.
W's in the chat and wish Kabira the best. Seriously.
Yes. That's a strong woman right there. And she truly is. Oh, I just love her to pieces. But anyway, there's just so much more. As you know, they're coming into my life less and less.
Yeah, they're not enthusiastic about supporting Trump anymore. That's what it is. And you know, in a way, we should pat ourselves on the back, Ange, because we've been very instrumental in making sure these demons truly suffer.
And you started this, like I said, probably, 6 years ago?
Yeah.
I found you on here about 5 years ago. Started my own lives about 3 to 4 years ago. And I know you've helped. I can't. Oh, no, thank you. I can't see because the sun's on my phone. W. Tara. W. Tara.
They love you, seriously.
And I love all of them and the support, you guys. Thank you. But this started with Zeus. Zeus said, oh, look, Anne seems to be growing her account. And he started to come over. So it's not just this and everything he does. He helps many of us. Now I'm going to, your head's getting too big now. So I'm just going to stop.
W, Ange. I try.
No, I'm kidding. I mean everything of what I say about you. And I just got one last very funny anecdotal story. Okay, real quick. I went to my grandson's spring concert last night. And the other grandmother, she's trash. She voted for Trump, right? So she shows up and she wants to know if it cost anything to get into the concert because she barely had enough gas to get there.
They always play themselves.
Oh, my daughter and I, she's only 15, and we were practically high-fiving, and we were saying, yep, there it is. You voted for Trump, and now you can barely make it here. I swear she was hinting for money from me.
Did you give her any?
Oh, hell no.
All right, W.
Hell no. I offer people money, or I help them, the ones that did not vote for Trump, the ones that I see are struggling and doing all they can for themselves. But for people that voted for Trump, you're not getting a penny. Not one penny.
Thank you.
Go work more hours, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Oh, and it's my son's birthday. I want to do a little shout out to him.
Happy birthday to Andrew's son.
He's graduating. He's driving me nuts, but I love him dearly. He's my son.
Yeah.
And thank you all. I appreciate your time, and I hope you all have a lovely extended weekend. And please, on Monday, remember what that stands for. It's not just for barbecues. It's to remember our fallen that fought for our country. And there's that. I'm all set.
All right.
All done.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday to Ange's son. Ange, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence this morning. Wow, you couldn't have asked for a better treat. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Memorial Day is upon us. Let's continue. Oh wow, I love having good conversations. Who do we have next? Viper, I did see your comment in the chat, right? And you did say something. Every time you come and talk to us, you're under the impression that it's always about Trump. Yeah. You might be right, Viper, and I do that for a very, very serious reason. What I've learned over the years is very simple. You all hate when we show you who your daddy is, who your dear leader is, right? And so what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to allow you to get distracted. No. If the rest of the world has to deal with this demon, you have to deal with this demon. And as you can see, it makes you uncomfortable, right? It makes you no, Viper, be honest. You get uncomfortable having to endure and deal with Donald Trump, right? I think that's what you're saying. You're over Donald Trump, Viper? What? Oh, you want to hear about current affairs? Give me an example about a current affair, Viper, that you genuinely want to hear about that you had no ability to check into yourself. Because Takesha brought up something very important, Viper. A lot of us are at the point now where we're feeling like we might not even have a country. We might not be able to actually get into any of these other things, unless we address the immediate threat to this country right now, which is Donald Trump. It's amazing, Viper. Your mind instantly wants to, and Snuggles did it the same way. What are the Democrat policies? Is that what you all are concerned about right now? While we're literally heading towards a 1929 style depression? You get no health care. There's a war going on right now with your wallet, and the president of the United States is actively engaged in coming up with any way he can to make sure he takes as much money out of your wallet as he can. All right? So no health insurance, no money. Whatever money you do got, if you go to the grocery store, you're going to be spending a lot more of it just to buy food so you can eat and survive. I mean, seriously. What should we be talking about? He's about to try to steal the election. You see what's going on. He's creating a slush fund for the Triple K so that they can go around here and intimidate people and vote. They're doing the gerrymandering to try to suppress black and minority votes all over the country. I'm a little confused, Viper. What are you seriously missing? Oh, did I mention the Iran war? Iran can't have a nuclear weapon. How is this not current events? Has anyone seen Viper? I hurt his feelings. How is this not current events, Viper? Exactly. Oh, you complain, but you don't bring a better option. You can't. I'm done. I'm done. All right. I just can't with you, Viper. Seriously. It's like I would rather literally watch paint dry or talk to a wall at this point. Good morning, Twilight. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
Okay, yeah, imagine coming to a political live and not wanting to hear about politics.
Thank you, Twilight.
Okay, I wanted to bring this up because, MAGA evidently doesn't care about human life, but let's see if they care about, our wildlife. And the Trump administration had rolled back regulations for the use of the M44 cyanide bomb, which means these are traps that they put in, like, I guess, the forest and stuff like that, if a wild animal triggers it, it shoots cyanide into their mouth. And when this happens, they suffer greatly. They suffer greatly. And say, for instance, when an animal passes away, other animals eat that animal. So this can affect our endangered species. It can affect farm animals and so forth.
Wow. That's wickedness. That's wickedness. And that ultimately trickles up to the human beings. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, once again,
yes,
our health is being put into danger.
Yes, and we already know that he already allowed that one substance that they use on crops that's dangerous too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, think about that. But that's America first, according to him, right? You know what I call it? I call it America worse. That's what Trump is pushing. America worse. What can I do, honestly, to make this the worst place in the world to live?
Mhm. So yeah, so if you don't like human beings, maybe you have a love for animals, and this is what he's doing too. This administration.
Tell them.
Yep.
I like W's in the chat for Twilight. Now, Viper, was that some current event news? Did that excite you? Because they just sit around here and they cry and they go, well, how does this affect me? And it was like, I'm starting to see that there's a lot of folks in these red states and they're living near these data centers. Have you been paying attention to the data centers? And how it's actually disturbing their drinking water.
Yep. Yep.
And now they're going, oh, maybe we should care about the environment. And I'm sitting here going, look at those liberals.
Viper, this is literally a political live. Trump just happens to be the main denominator here.
Viper, why don't you come on up here, Viper? Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Maybe Viper wants to talk to you. I don't need to talk to Viper. I've destroyed Viper. I do it so many times every morning. Viper, send a guest request. Come on up here, and why don't you just teach us all what we should be talking about? Wouldn't that be impressive? Doesn't want to come up here. W, Twilight.
Well, thank you, Zeus.
You're welcome, and thank you for bringing that up.
Day.
Working, dude. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat for Twilight. Why don't we do that to the Trump regime? Yeah. Viper, put a topic out there you want us to talk about while you're sitting at work on TikTok. I promise you, it'll all lead right back to the same person we're talking about. See, the problem is this, Viper. You want us to get over the abuse. You're right, Viper? This is how abusive people are. Just get over it. Oh, no. You can't tell people that have been traumatized and continue to be traumatized to get over the abuse. Why should we stop talking about it? Look at what's going on in this country. What kind of work do you do, Viper? Tell us all the kind of work you do that got you so busy, but yet tuned in to Big Zeus. What kind of work do you do, Viper? Somebody said noting. Oh, nothing. It's so easy. KJ Love, good morning.
Good morning, Zeus. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I am fine. I'm happy to be here in the kingdom.
Thank you. We're happy to have you. What part of the country are you in?
I'm here in Texas.
Okay, shout out to Texas. Wow.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring up because this is mind-boggling me.
Okay.
That when the January 6th happened, wasn't they saying it was Antifa and it was Joe Biden's FBI? So are they planning on paying them?
Oh, I see what you did when you did what you did. I see what you did when you did what you did. Oh my gosh, KJ, come on now. I'm going to be honest with you. There are so many, I would say, conspiracies that are circulating about January 6th and just everything Trump does that it really does get difficult to, I guess, connect the dots and highlight how crazy this stuff really is. But you're totally correct. We spent several, I would say more than 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years, going back and forth with MAGA about who was responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. And you're right. They said it was BLM. They said it was, Antifa dressed up as Trump supporters.
Yes.
Nancy Pelosi was orchestrating it. And then the FBI was there. We had, what was his name?
Joe Biden, FBI, even though he was even elected yet. So I just want to know, because I'm Antifa, and I maybe I need to go on this list so for them to pay me out because I'm anti-fascist.
Wow, you're right. And so it begs the question, right? So the slush fund is created to pay Antifa, which he's designated, right, to be a T group, right? They did that. They said Antifa is a T group. So how does this work, MAGA?
I can tell you how it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work out for them. I don't think it's going to get through. It would be a smart decision. I do not want my taxes to go toward this at all.
Me either.
Well, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to come up and bring that point out because I was really confused to Joe Biden FBI that was there in the Capitol. And these people need to really get themselves together. We're going in the wrong direction. And they need to be decoded, I believe.
They're gonna get decoded and destroyed. And it's happening in short order. As you can see, the mandate Trump claimed that he had when he came in on his second term, you notice it's disappeared, right? I mean, I don't know what you're seeing out in Texas, but do you still see a lot of people riding around in those big black trucks with Trump flags and got the...
Actually, I don't. And I go to South Padre Island, which is closer to the border of Mexico, all the time, and it has been a decrease in Latino support for Donald Trump. I will say that.
Wow.
And you know, I hate that we have to go through this in order for us to understand he wasn't a good president in his first term, and he's not gonna ever be a good president in his second term.
Preach. Listen, man. Okay. Well, listen, KJ, I gotta say thank you so much. All right. All right. You're welcome. All right. You too. I mean, you see this. I mean, whether you're in. I mean, I've personally noticed because, you know, you can go to central part of California and there used to be a lot of people out there that I would say were vocally supportive of Donald Trump. And I'm seeing the support has literally evaporated. They're going, oh, my gosh, every day it gets crazier and crazier. And I believe it's because Donald Trump and Joe Biden was a victim of it as well. But I think, you know, to a certain degree, when you become president, you get a little hooked and addicted to that power. And so what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I've said character always matters, right? When you're getting to a position of power, there is the tendency to want to be able to, you know, flex your muscles and stuff like that. And if you have bad character, right, then that actually is amplified. It's magnified, right? And so what you're seeing is a distinction between Joe Biden and what he did when he was in that position, right? I think if, you know, they're doing the autopsy on the DNC and they're trying to figure out, you know, how did Kamala end up losing? I think to a certain degree, Joe Biden, he got in there. He promised that he would be a president of transition. But when he got in there, you know, things changed and he had to figure it out and it just took him too long. But eventually he relinquished the power, right? So that's why I have a lot of respect for Joe Biden. But Donald Trump, I know he's not going to be able to relinquish the power, which is why when he was campaigning and he was making all of these promises to all of you who voted for him, I was kind of perplexed. I said, well, you saw how he refused to engage in the peaceful transfer of power, right? Yeah, you saw January 6th, but you didn't want to make that something Trump should be responsible for. But you never thought to yourselves at all at any point, like, if he gets in there again, would he actually do it right this time? That never crossed your mind. And so now look at where you're at. Yeah, another January 6th, honestly, I'll be surprised, Art. Personally, I'll be surprised if he peacefully transfers power. I really would be, because I don't see, if you're looking at it from the perspective that he knows once the power changes, especially if it's a Democrat, there's going to be a litany of investigations into what on earth occurred under his presidency. And I believe he knows, because all criminals know what they do. They're going to sit there and say, I would rather risk trying to get a third term than to actually be held accountable for every little thing that I've done. And so that's where I think his mind is at mentally. He's going to, as much as he can, try to hold on to power. All right. Ames, good morning. How are you doing? Who do we have here? Ames, are you there? Good morning. Thank you, Little Farm. All right. Well, Ames, you know the rule. Be kinder.
Hey.
Be kinder. Good morning.
Good morning. I have a question for you. I'm a friendly.
Okay.
I voted for Madam Harris, and I made my 5 calls on the 5 call app, and I called my New Hampshire people.
Okay.
And I believe it was Maggie Hassack, and I was like saying that this slush fund needs to be stopped, and voicing my opinion very about that. And her secretary told me, well, it's not coming out of the taxpayers' dollars. And I'm like, well, how do you figure that? When I work, money's taken out of my account and I'm paying taxes. And where are they going to get this $1.8 billion if it's not our tax dollars? Where's this money coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Can you answer that for me? Because she couldn't.
Well, they say it's coming from the U.S. Treasury, from what I recall. There's a discretionary fund,
money, right?
Huh?
Isn't that part?
That's taxpayers' money. Thank you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's taxpayers' money. So I'm a little concerned that you're saying they wouldn't give you an answer about it. I mean, maybe they haven't seen the fine print. Maybe that's what she's trying to say, but I don't know. But at the end of the day, you're getting it from the taxpayers.
Yeah, thank you. And I have another question for you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know how to word it. The court paperwork where he can never get charged for anything up till this certain date.
The settlement between the Department of Justice and the IRS. That memorandum.
Yeah. Does that mean criminal crimes too? Like the certain list? You know what I'm talking about?
The e-files. No.
Yeah.
No. This has to do with fraud-related crimes with the IRS.
Okay, so he still can be held responsible for the Epstein file.
I mean, do you think that he's not going to pardon himself and his family when he leaves?
That needs to stop.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I really do believe Donald Trump, before he leaves, him and his family, and he's going to take it and he's going to say Biden did it with Hunter. You can see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do. But and I think that he's definitely going to try to destroy, if he hasn't already, they're going to destroy any evidence of whatever happened with Jeffrey Epstein, so that we would never be able to do what you just said. Unfortunately. DJ, what are you talking about, Biden, the whole family? That doesn't... See, this is what I'm saying. You see how they do that?
Yep.
They literally go back, and they don't say what you just said. Trump shouldn't be doing this. If he's innocent, he shouldn't be doing anything. At least we had a court case with Hunter Biden, DJ. What a disgrace.
All right, my friend, you can drop me.
All right. W's in the chat.
I had that question.
Ray, you keep bringing up where's the 100 terabytes? That was at the SDNY, right? You don't know. I don't know where that's at. But what we really want to know, Ray, is where's the 3 million plus files that the DOJ has refused to release? Oh, it is important. It is important, Ray. But what would be more important is if Donald Trump actually followed the law and released whatever is left of those files, so that we can start holding people accountable, especially the people that are currently in his cabinet. Ray, do you have a problem with the people in his cabinet who are tied to Jeffrey Epstein that we know about? No, Ray, be honest. Do you have a problem with that? No, just it's a yes or no. You don't gotta get up here and play these games. But if you were being an honest broker of the truth, you would say, yes, Zeus, I am very uncomfortable with the fact that Donald Trump is allowing all these people in his cabinet that are linked to Jeffrey Epstein to still be in his cabinet, while everyone else in the world has to make these people resign. If there's proof, there is proof, Ray. Ray, there is proof. You know that. If you don't know, it's amazing you haven't looked into it. I mean, I shouldn't be doing your homework. That's the other side of this. Lauren, good morning.
Nope, that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Oh, okay, all right. W's in the chat for Lauren. You know the rules. Kike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Kingdom. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I just have two things. First, TDS. We certainly don't have it.
No.
But they certainly have TFS, Trump fellatio syndrome.
Oh.
Because
go ahead.
The harder they suck, the worse he's doing. You know it.
Yeah.
DJ is like terminally ill. And Snuggles, he's like, bury him because he's done.
Yeah.
And then we should all, go file for some of that slush fund money. Because why not? We were suffering. We had to sit through January 6th. Yeah. We saw it all happen. We were sitting through 15 years since he rolled down that escalator. So we deserve some of that money.
Yeah.
More than all of it.
Amen.
And then I wish Joe Biden could, in perpetuity until he dies, pardon Hunter Biden every day.
Oh, wow.
Just to get under their skin.
Wow.
Every day.
Wow.
Just pardon him. Just keep saying it. I pardon Hunter Biden because they're obviously obsessed with him. And Hunter, poor Hunter. Even Candace is poor Hunter. And she's no longer welcome to anything that we have.
Facts.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
So those are my things for today.
Okay, well, listen, I got to say thank you so much, PK. You came up here, you cooked, and you booked. No lies detected. All right, you see this, ladies and gentlemen? What an awesome show. We literally destroyed every demon this morning, especially the Snuggles demon, all right? And these folks know that their gooses is cooked. Good morning, Brenda Reels. How are you?
Good morning. Zeus,
Hi.
I just want to say good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
I just want to say thank you to Tashisha. I love her.
Yeah.
Yes, I love her. And Donald Trump is the biggest loser in the world.
Facts. All right. You got it out of here.
I just want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
Okay, fair enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Brenda Reels. No lies detected. All right, well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we've destroyed every single demon we could on social media today, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got? Wait a second. We got a couple of new ones. All right. Hold on. I guess we have a treat. Let's go. Good morning. We'll wrap it up. It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do. Let's go. Morning Star. Good morning, sis. How have you been?
Hey, Zeus. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing wonderful, Zeus. I'm doing great. Just wanted to check in. I'm always listening to you. I just wanted to check in and wish everybody a happy, safe Memorial Day weekend.
All right.
Just enjoy. All this craziness is going on with the Decepticons and the government. We called this, about 2 years ago, Zeus? We told everybody that this stuff was coming. It was going to happen. And we are just actually sitting here, sipping on some lemonade, watching it all fall apart.
Yeah.
The people who are still stuck in this cultish of a mind frame, we're gonna have to just watch them crumble and keep burning in, the pits of hell, because that's where exactly they're heading to. There is no alternative.
None.
There is zero alternative.
Thank you.
We have preached and spoken until we're done, Zeus. We're pretty much done.
London Bridge is, falling down, right? W's in the chat.
Absolutely. The bridges have collapsed. So I'm just, I wanted to come up and say hello to you because I know I haven't spoken. I've been up here in a while, but
I haven't heard from you, but I've seen you out here in these streets. I've seen you out here in these streets, sis, all right? And tell the husband, tell your significant other, I said, what's up, champ?
I sure will. And you keep doing what you're doing, brother. I'm supporting you 1,000%.
Appreciate it, sis. Seriously. Ladies and gentlemen,
right.
W's in the chat for Morning
Take
Stars.
care. Thank you, chat, for the gifts. Y'all have a good weekend.
Yeah, we support
I love them
black
back.
business.
I love them back.
Thank you. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're moving and grooving. Look at that. We got two more. Wow, amazing people. Good morning, Nutty. Welcome to the show, bro.
Good morning, Zeus. I'm pissed off right now because I still haven't gotten an answer way back when Takesha was on the panel. Takesha asked a simple question to Snuggles, and he didn't answer the question. Snuggles, can you get pregnant without having sex before you have sex? I need an answer to that. I need an answer to, do you have a fiance before you start dating someone? I need an answer to these questions. But yet he wanted to sit there and say Joe Biden. He wanted to sit there and just claim, you don't have a candidate. You don't this. Who gives a damn about a damn candidate? We are trying to survive this midterm right now. We're not talking about a candidate for president.
Thank you.
We're trying to survive a midterm.
Wow.
Listen, that is a venereal disease on crack. It Snuggles right there. Because if you notice, anytime he tries to get into the kingdom, that he comes into the kingdom, he has nothing of substance to say.
Thank you.
He always says what? We're winning. We're winning. What the hell are you winning, bro? A first class ticket to hell. You're not winning that. You've already won that.
Thank you.
What are they winning? I want to know, what are they winning? Because guess what? If they were winning, Zeus, that means we all would be winning because we all live in the same cluster.
Amen.
So what are
Snuggles,
we winning?
what are we winning? What are you winning? What have you won?
I just filled up my tank today. I have a hybrid, Zeus. I have a hybrid. So I can get further on a tank of gas. And it still cost me $67. $67 with a hybrid. What are we winning? Now, I'm thankful I can afford to pay the $67. I don't have to be like Angie's grandson's grandmother. I'm thankful for that.
How much does it cost? How much? I'm wondering because I got to still put some gas in the car. That's crazy right there, right? But I voted for Trump. That's crazy.
Yes. And so I still have to get groceries. Groceries are up in the store. But guess what, Zeus?
What's that?
I gotta eat. So guess what I'm gonna do?
What's that?
I'm gonna buy the groceries. And thankfully, again, I'm thankful for everything that I have.
Yeah.
I'm thankful because I know that everyone's not in the position that I'm in. I'm thankful that I don't have to put something back in the cart because I can't afford it. I'm thankful for that. But because I'm thankful for that, I'm still looking at a single mom that's next to me that has to put stuff back because she doesn't have enough money to pay for everything in her cart. When are we going to realize that we have to look out for each other? We are indeed our brothers and our sisters' keepers.
Yes, good morning. Keep talking, Nutty. I'm going to let the dog out.
We claim to love children, but yet we still, but y'all still vote to take food out of their mouths. Y'all still have an issue with people getting EBT food stamps. I don't have an issue with it. And you still go to work. Because it's a damn shame that we live in this country where people are still working 40 hours a week and still have to go to food banks. It's a doggone shame that people are working 40 hours a week and they still got to get food stamps. Why aren't we getting pissed off and angry at these corporations like Walmart, who most of their employees work 40 hours a week and then they got to get food stamps? And where do they spend their food stamps? They go right back to Walmart. Walmart is double and triple dipping because they get a tax subsidy from the United States government for employing those people who then turn around and spend the food stamps that they're getting from the government at Walmart. Why aren't we pissed off at Walmart when they're making record profit after profit after profit? We're angry with the wrong people. Now, I'm sick of this nonsense. The devil is a lie.
W. Kabira.
You know we cannot get through this show without saying the devil is a lie.
Facts.
Because he's a liar and he's deceitful too.
Speak.
Now, in true Takesha form, I need y'all to hit her Cash App. Because what she did today was nothing short of a mini sermon. What she did today, she put that demon called Snuggles in his place. That's why he crashed out.
Yeah.
And you see what I did there. You see what I did there.
Yeah.
Even though we all are feeling the heat of this economy, I didn't look out for myself. I still told y'all to hit her Cash App.
Yeah, W's for Nutty right there.
Hit her Cash App.
Her name is Kiki.
Because at the end of the day, we have to continue to being our brothers and our sisters' keeper.
She better not go to the store and need some money for some groceries and not let us know, Takesha. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And everybody, honestly, it's a family in here in the kingdom, seriously.
Absolutely. I'm not going to take your time because I know you're about to get out of here. But as always,
no, you did the right thing. It's Friday.
We get out to vote. The only thing that's going to stop this cluster is getting out and voting in mass numbers where it's too big to rig. Too big to rig. That's the thinking that we have to have from now into perpetuity. That means don't give up after we win this election and then the next presidential election. Vote that way all the time for the rest of your life. Make sure we don't put another daggum Republican in any seat from local all the way to federal.
Amen, amen.
Let's make sure that we don't put corporate Democrats into any of these seats from now and forever. Let's demolish AIPAC. Let's demolish Citizens United. Let's get money out of politics. Let's take back our country. And as always, do good, seek justice. Y'all have a great day.
Amen, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat from my brother Nutty. No lies detected. Are you here to apologize?
For what?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hi, Jim. So sorry. Hi, Jim. How are you? Did I get you up here, Jim?
Woo! That's all I got to say after Antifa. I need like a drink and a cigarette, and I don't even smoke. Dear Lord, that
he got you. He was going, wasn't he? He was going.
First time I haven't been the loudest one in the room. I'm just saying that was a sermon at the pulpit, man. That was like, woo! We need the choir.
Yeah,
and I get it on men.
Amen.
You know, it's funny, like watching the comment section and watching the people write what they write.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny to watch the ones who use their mugshots as their profile pic, and then when they get blocked, they come back in with an avatar.
Yeah.
And I think you know who I'm talking about. Multiple accounts because nobody wants the first account, the second account, the third account, or the 28th account. Hey, one of your people was mentioning all the different things like what's happening. And I don't like to name names because they're not worth name dropping, right? But when you talk about what's happening in the country and the person who's at the helm of the country and you don't want to talk about it, but you're in a political live, and then your little Muppet friend comes up and says, "What about Biden?" I still always want to go back to, how do we still talk about Hunter Biden when Jared Kushner is literally in bed getting foreign money to invest in everything he does? Like he has no American partnerships.
Wow.
Every person he's in bed with is from Qatar or the UAE or Saudi Arabia or Israel. I don't know. Let's talk about that, audience. Can we get people to actually talk about Jared Kushner, who's in bed with all foreign entities that he literally used during the first administration, you know, when he couldn't pass a background check in the U.S. government and still was allowed to work where? In the U.S. government, where? At the White House, under who? His father-in-law. Like the nepotism is real, and none of y'all are talking about that.
They don't care.
So it's really interesting when people like the person in your comment section who literally does the what about thing and literally doesn't seem to comprehend that he literally supports the administration whose entire family, including Jared Kushner again, is somehow involved in U.S. political and geopolitical negotiations for international. Why is that not on your mouth? Because Jared Kushner does not work for the U.S. government, yet he's going over to the Middle East doing the work of the U.S. government. How do you even remotely bring up Hunter Biden at this point? How do you bring up James Biden at this point? And may I remind every single person in here, including all of you TDS people, which are Trump's delusional supporters, let me remind you that every single member of Trump's family is somehow involved in receiving a payoff in some form or fashion by using the office of the President of the United States, and that office belongs to us, the American people. Not some of you, all of us. You don't get to choose how that office is run. But you're literally single-handedly watching a sitting U.S. president sign EOs that make zero sense. And I would like to remind people they're available online. You can Google the titles of these EOs. You can literally Google and find out where your money is going and being wasted to literally enrich the family that is in that position of power. Because it is the family that literally just had the Attorney General of the United States write a memo that was going to protect who? Is it us, the American people? Did that memo say it was going to protect us?
Nope. Salty
What did
minor.
it say?
It was going to protect the Trump crime family.
The Trump family was not going to be able to be prosecuted for tax evasion, was not going to be audited, was not going to be able to be prosecuted in any way, shape, or form on a memo that his personal lawyer wrote to send up to America. Well, let me tell you something. You cannot be the plaintiff and the respondent in a case. That's not a thing, but it happened under the Trump administration. When they told him that's not a thing, he's like, no, we'll settle, and I'll just be okay if you give me $1.8 billion of everybody's tax money so that I can pay off other criminals who held my jock the entire time I was committing crime.
Wow.
So there's a song on TikTok right now, and it's called Don't Put a Banana in Your Butt. I think that song was written for MAGA.
Hey. Wow.
So let's literally understand that there's another component to this too that we're not talking about ever. Matter of fact, I haven't heard anybody talking about it.
What's that?
Enlistment in the U.S. military. Enlistment in the U.S. military. Do you know that we used to have 3.5 million service members that would enlist in the U.S. service members to serve this country?
No, I did
and
not
enlistment
know that.
is down. Enlistment is down in this country. And then they're trying to tell you that enlistment is up. That's what Pete Hegseth's trying to tell you. That's what Trump's trying to tell you. And they give you percentages, right?
Yeah.
They tell you 104% up, 116% up. They make up these percentages, and that's typical Trump fashion, right?
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is actually, if you listen to any of these lives, none of these people that come into your lives, whether they're 18 through 42, which is the new time, the new age range. Gap, they literally had to raise the age limit in order to hit enlistment. Let that sink in. Like, you got old fuckers that are, excuse my French, mama, old men that literally are signing up to go back into the military to serve an administration that literally is feeding them gray food as they float. I mean, doesn't that encourage you to want to go into the military?
Yeah, salty minor.
Watching those meals?
Yeah. Why don't you enlist, salty minor, while you're sitting in the comment section?
And here's the kicker. When you do enlist, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go should be the very first thing you think about. Because right now, they have us in a war in Iran. Right now, they're talking about taking over Cuba. They have people in Venezuela right now. Okay? They have people that are going into areas that they aren't even telling us about, and we aren't even getting the proper numbers of the people who have been unalived at the 17 bases in the Middle East. You are not being told where your members are serving or whether they're even still above ground. Like, I want you all to know that your sons and daughters are going to be the people paying the price for this current administration. And I don't just mean in a war zone. There's a $40 trillion deficit. 40 trillion. And our bring in, our take home is only 6 trillion. So you can try your filth. You can try to make up numbers. You can try to create some other world that's happening.
Yeah.
But I want to remind every single last one of you on this Memorial Day weekend, freedom is not free. It is costly. And it is costing the lives of American people here and abroad. And we warned you.
Amen.
We told you this was going to happen.
That part.
We told you that he was going to harm our nation.
Facts.
He told you that he was going to be retribution. He told you he was going to seek revenge. And he's doing it on the lives of your children.
Facts.
I want you to remember this on this Memorial weekend, that it is your children that will lack food. It is your children who will lack health care. It is your children that will lack education. It is your children who will lack civil rights and human rights and women's rights in this country, and a denial of science and math. And I'm telling you, the retribution is coming, but it's not on your watch.
Amen. Tell him, Jim. Oh my gosh. And I love how you speak with such strength. And you have a way of literally piercing through, these truth blockers that these demons are utilizing to try to ignore what's happening. Because as you know, as you were talking, all of the people that claim they hate you started to speak, just nastiness. They just can't handle you. So W's in the chat for the beautiful Jim, especially you, Scott Jennings. Scott Jennings.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, seriously.
I also want to give Twilight a big round of applause for bringing up the animal story, because this is more important. This is more important than we know. Because not only will the animals suffer and unalive and other animals will eat them, the cyanide actually goes back into the ground. So it stays in the ground, it returns to the waterways when the rain hits, and then it gets into our water system.
Yeah.
It gets into our fruits and our vegetables, and it gets into our hunting. So those of you who hunt like deer and stuff, when the deer eats the grass, when the elk eats the grass, when the rabbits, when whatever it is you hunt, eat that land, the cyanide gets into them, and then you're ingesting that. I want you all to remember that, because it's about high time that you start recognizing that what regulations were put into place for is because we knew that people were unaliving from these practices.
Facts.
So our land is at stake. Our water's at stake.
Yep.
And for those of you not researching these data centers, you better start reaching these data centers, because these data centers, not only are they harming the water, they're taking your land.
Wow.
They are using what is known as eminent domain to steal your land. And I've been doing that. I've been talking about this thanks to Lainey on my lives.
Yeah.
Lainey, get a shout out to Lainey, because she brought it to my attention based on being in the South. She lives in Arkansas, and another one of our friends is in New York.
Yeah.
Another friend is in Georgia. And we've been talking about the stories where farmlands are being bought up by these data centers, and they are literally causing more harm to this country. And I ask you, how much data do you need to be in one area where you have to use 30 million gallons of water, where their computers are more important than your thirst? How much data do you need?
Yeah. How much? W's in the chat for Jim. Tell him, Jim. Hey, DJ, if you want to, if you're interested in, getting to know who Jim is, you may want to just reach out to her directly. You don't need to try to use my show to try to get a date.
No,
or something
do
like
not
that.
reach out to me directly. I can answer your question. Do you get any joy at all It must be exhausting being around you. It's really not. I'm laying right now. Let me describe where I'm laying. I'm laying in my bed next to my cozy little chihuahua. He's all snuggled up next to me.
See that, DJ?
I'm about to go out into my garden that I planted with my own 2 hands from seeds, where I have tomatoes and artichokes and corn and squash and cucumbers. I'm going to water my flowers and all of my succulents that are in my yard. And then I've already asked my son to move over the covering that we moved over to the grass. I'm having to move it back over the patio. And since it's Memorial Weekend, he's going to roll out my barbecue so we can clean the barbecue, so we can throw down some food in memory of the people in my family who actually served and died to protect your sorry ass.
Oh,
that's what I'm going to do to bring joy.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. You know what he's about to do. He's about to go do something we can't even talk about on social media, the way you stimulated him and turned him on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Jim a huge round of applause.
Everybody have a safe Memorial Weekend. I thank you, Zeus, for always giving me a place to have a voice.
You are welcome.
You are incredible. You're inspiring. Even on days when I feel like I don't want to talk, when I see you go live, I'm ready to be what a lot of you all have called me is the anchor. Yes. I love that. And I didn't realize how important it was to anchor and bring back information that we get away from to get rid of all the noise. We've got to stand firm. We've got to stand united to fight the alt-right. It is time for us to recognize we the people, for the people, all the people. Peace out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat. More Jim. What is this? Hold on. We got a little bit of a situation. They want me to match the square and the space. All right, I think that fixed it. All right, we're back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. W's in the chat for Jim. Thank you. Oh, I don't know what happened right there. We're having technical difficulties. Yes.
So I want to fact check Jim a little bit, because she said that
you can't even say
military.
The word fact check. You can't even
I know. I
say
kept sorry. It's too early in the morning. But she said about military recruitment being low.
Yeah, it is.
So hold on.
We don't trust Vegas. You know, here's the thing, Vegas. We don't trust the numbers you got. I'm gonna be honest with you, Vegas. We don't trust the numbers you got. But I'm very impressed that you decided. Look at your phone went on mute. Vegas, I don't know what happened. Look, that Vegas must have slipped and fell. Hey, Vegas, maybe that was a sign from God. But yeah, we don't know where you're getting your numbers from. You can't fact check Jim. Oh my gosh. You know, that's God talking. Isn't that God? That's literally, I didn't do anything. Microphone muted. And next thing you know, you just can't come up here. All right, hold on. Oh, okay, look at that. Okay, hold on.
Well, I was ready, boo. I already have my receipts. So let her tell you that recruitment's up and repeat what I already said.
Okay,
go ahead.
So I know you're knowledgeable about stuff. I give you that. So I wanted to, since you said that, I wanted to do. So I asked.
I'm proud of you for Googling. Good job.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. So I Googled, is military recruitment currently low? Like right now. So it said that as of right now, no, that actually fiscal 25 year, one of the best years for all of the military branches. They all reached their goal. Now,
stop right there. Stop. Let me respond.
Hold on. I don't want to
stop right there. No, let me respond. This is how dialogue works. Stop.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm going to educate you on listening skills. When I came up, I said, and I quote, and this is recorded, that the military used to hit levels of 3.5 million in service. That's what I said.
True.
And I said it is down. It was down after the pandemic in the years of 22 to 2024, and they fought to get the levels back up.
Wow.
That's when the increase started. In 22 to 2024, it was creeping back up. I said, this administration is literally telling you that the percentages are at 116,
104%, 97%,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you one other thing. Our Gen Z population is already informing our parents and our government that they do not want to serve under this administration or any administration
Thank you.
after watching how the military service members have been treated.
Thank you.
They have no interest. So I ask you again, Vegas girl, when people are deployed in the Middle East, when people are deployed in Cuba, when people are deployed in Poland, where are you going to be on the day that the protection is not here at home?
Thank you. That's the worst
Where
thing you could
are
have done,
you
Vegas.
going to be?
Vegas, that was
We're going to be where are you going to be? I'm not going to be hiding in a bunker.
Vegas. You tried.
You're missing the point. They're not going to be protecting the homeland because there's not enough members willing to serve under the corruption of this administration. The numbers were not because of this administration. They were already moving back in the right direction, but they have never made it back to where they were in 1964 or 1954 when people were signing up because they were proud of their country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In 2022 and 2023, we had some of the lowest recruitment numbers ever reported by our department.
Here we go.
Yeah, but
let's try this again. Ready?
I don't need you to be
post-pandemic.
I don't need you to be condescending.
Pandemic.
People did not want to serve under Biden.
Oh, no.
No, it had nothing to do with Biden. It had
Vegas,
to do with a disease called COVID-19. And they, because it was politicized by what administration?
Trump. Say it.
Yes.
Say it,
the
Vegas,
answer is
please.
Trump.
Vegas.
Because it was politicized by the Trump administration. They started refusing to take their vaccinations that they never questioned ever in the U.S. military. That's where the numbers of the lowest in 2022 to 2024 hit. Here's another thing you can Google. You ready? I would suggest you go and you Google the Officer Down Memorial page. ODMP. And I'm going to warn you, what you find at the Officer Down Memorial page is that the number of law enforcement officers, also ex-military, DJ Dodo Bird, when you Google that, you're going to find out it is the largest loss of life in American history in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024.
W's in the chat
You
for
are
Jim.
going to find that it is the largest loss of life. And it wasn't to pew-pew violence. And it wasn't to car accidents. It was to COVID-19.
Wow.
So I want you guys to know that when you're going to check me, you better come correct because I'm going to be ready to knock you right off of that fucking wrecking ball.
Amen. Oh my gosh. And we got the W's in the chat for Jim. I'm so glad we addressed that and we cleared that up. All right. We're going to try to move it on.
She messed up my Zen. You always bring up the rodents. I love you.
All right. Love you too, ladies and gentlemen. W's in the chat. The beautiful Jim. No lies detected. So, DJ, it did say 2022. It said the U.S. military has seen significant recovery in enlistments after hitting historic lows in 2022. I'm looking at it. Shifting demographics. Less than 30% of American youth meet the academic or physical qualifications for military service. Disqualifiers include obesity, medical conditions, and failure to pass the ASVAB aptitude test. So, it says, while the overall number of recruitments have rebounded, recruiters continue to face several structural and long-term challenges. One of them is the demographics, declining pool of teens. There's a projected long-term drop in the total number of Americans turning 18, quality benchmarks. Despite meeting volumes quotas, some branches have struggled to meet traditionally quality markets, such as ensuring a high percentage of recruits hold a high school diploma. Declining propensity to serve. Surveys indicate a multi-decade decline in willingness of young Americans to join the military. So Jim was right. DJ and anybody else out there, you can't come to these kind of spaces and expect us to literally do your homework for you. And if we do it, the least you could do is you got to send them the love. You got to go inside of that. DJ, you said your 401k is up, right? Hey, DJ, you said your 401k is doing great? I want to ask a DJ. Hey, DJ, to be honest with us, is it doing great? You see how they get real quiet when we start talking money? No, DJ, seriously. Is your 401k doing great? Vegas, is your 401k doing great? Tiny Tank Top, just answer us. You know, we had you see. Okay, well, how much money you got in your savings account then? How much money you got in the savings account, Tiny Tank Top? How many of you think Tiny Tank Top Tim has around 50,000 saved up in liquid gold? You have 25,000? Do you have a screenshot of that, Tiny Tank Top? He just throw out numbers. He just throw out numbers, even numbers too. You have 25,000 in there, Tiny Tank Top. No, seriously. Okay. Okay, well then do me a favor. If you got 20, he's saving his Doge check. Okay, Tiny Tank Top, you have the ability to send us gifts on TikTok, right? Why don't you go ahead and send me a universe right now? Can you afford that? You got 25,000, right? Can you send me a universe? Watch him. Watch him. This is when he starts to clam up. Okay. Anybody on the right? Has anybody on the right seen Tiny Tank Top? He said he doesn't give liberals gifts. Has anybody on the right seen Tiny Tank Top Tim give you a universe? No, this is just. I mean, I don't need the money. No, I don't need it. I just want to see if he's really telling the truth. Has anyone on the right seen Tiny Tank Top Tim Tom drop a galaxy? I mean, not a galaxy, even a galaxy. No, seriously, a universe. Exactly. It doesn't count then. W Zeus. W Zeus. And this is what I'm saying. All talk with you. All talk with these people. Every single time you talk to them, they always like to brag and pretend like they got a lot going on when they really, really don't. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Big Zeus has to get up out of here. I didn't realize that we ran past my scheduled time slot. I want to give a special thank you, honestly, to every single one of you, especially the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists, because without you, this show wouldn't be what it is. Well, Doc, you know I try to get in and out as quick as I can. I usually get out of here at around 9, but it is past my time already. But don't worry, I will try to be on maybe tomorrow if everything works out, and then I'll try to play the video. But I do honestly, with all due respect, gotta make it to my next engagement. I want to give a special thank you honestly to every single one of you, especially the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show would not be possible. And you never know what goes on. You know, I go live and I think I have it all mapped out, and then next thing you know, we end up just having to literally take out the trash and send so many of these demons straight to hell. Speaking of that, why don't I do it? Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire one last time. And this goes out to every one of my Zeus haters out there. And they know exactly who they are. No matter how many times we block them, they come back. Like, literally, these people are possessed. Michael Jackson Thriller in a way, almost as a zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Hey, Vegas girl, you really got to do your own homework. Don't just read something and get rushed on TikTok. No, keep digging first, all right? Silence. No, you haven't. Yes, we're verified. Thank you, Rick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, what a show! What a show! What do I want? Let's go. Okay, we'll play some. Okay, there you go, ladies. W. Kabira, thank you. W. Kabira. Look at that. My computer is freezing again.
What about Biden? What about Biden?
Thank you, everyone.
Read the votes, dead or not. Yeah, that ain't right.
So Tiny Tank Top Tim, put your money where your wallet is. All right? If you really apologize, go ahead and send that universe. If you can afford it. But we know you can't. All talk.
Afghanistan.
W's in the
left
chat.
on behind.
Thank you, Kabira.
13
She
soldiers
fit.
gone.
Wow.
Joe looking blind.
Saw you had Snuggie. What about Biden?
What about Biden? Yeah.
W
What
Art.
about Biden?
Thank you.
What about Biden?
Woo, woo.
Hop in the White House, call him Sleepy Joe, cognitive decline. Everybody knows
Okay.
stumbling words can't finish a sentence.
Well,
Puppet
at
on
least you were
strings, we
being
pulling the
honest.
leverage on his laptop, bullets of deals. China cash flow, million concealed. Family getting paid, influence pedal while we out here struggling, pockets unsettled.
Thank you.
Weaponized OJ, FBI raids, Mar-a-Lago storm, 100 gets paid. January 6th, locking
He's
up
a
crib
brokey.
with Joe's pacified dots in his garage, man. Keystone
Let's go,
cancel,
ladies and gentlemen.
energy weak, depending on foes, got so much a
W
week.
Rex.
Running the cities, soft on the streets, defund the police.
Lady Cakes.
Chaos for peace.
Hey. Rima. Thank you. Little Hawk brother.
Millions crossing, drugs pouring.
Hey, Mount Negro.
What about Biden? Gas prices sky, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child. What about Biden? Afghanistan mess left on behind.
He's broke, Tinkerbell.
13 soldiers gone.
And ugly. Think about that. Think about that. When you're broke and ugly, that's a terrible combination.
What about Biden?
Yeah. Hey, Dragon's Fire. What about him? Remember? Who you think started all this thug life? Joe Biden. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your morning. Keep kicking butt out there. All right, take care, and I'll see you next